only on A2D Radio. Uncle Sweeps, Nick DelGozzo, the legendary Brian Wilson, and the fucking man himself, Tom Arnone. These three guys from Jersey bringing you real talk with no agenda. You don't like them? Tough shit. It's their show, and they're going to say whatever the hell they goddamn want.
What's up, everybody? You're listening to Agree to Disagree, only on A2D Radio. We're hoping to bring you some good news tonight regarding a resilient Flyers team, at least a team that has been all season long. Not so much tonight, right? I mean, outskated again tonight. It couldn't get to a puck, I feel like. It was the same old story when you're talking about versus the Islanders. I mean, they've owned this series, and it continued tonight, and not enough shots on net, and now you're down 3-1 in the series, and now you got to really be resilient, huh? Now resiliency really got to peek its head, from under the table, because they got an uphill climb to come back in this series from what we've watched right over the first 4 games. So we'll talk a little Flyers recap throughout the show. Look forward to Game 5. Crumb of the week, like we do at the end of every show. Sixers, Eagles news we'll dive into. Phillies versus Braves recap. We are brought to you by our doc, Make Him Yours. It's Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC, Burlington, Cherry Hill, Princeton locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. Tom Arnone, Nick DelGozzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Milakovic, everybody out there, join us. We're going to talk about it. I know people are hurt over the Flyers. We'll get into it. Crumb of the week maybe has something to do with the Flyers. Obviously, Eagles news today. First-round pick, going to miss 4 weeks. So that's a good time. Only 2 played weeks, supposedly. So we'll see. Stay hot, Eagles. We'll talk a little bit about that. Sixers news. Listen, looking for a coach. Real simple, something we've all been waiting for here for a little bit now. Looking for a coach. Who's that guy going to be? Who's the culture guy going to be for the Philadelphia 76ers? We'll talk about that. Phillies versus Braves recap. Game's going on right now. We thought it would be over. It's not. We got Phil's down 10-0 in this game and now 11-10 game. So still got
showing some mocks. Showing some mocks at least.
Some fight, and that ties into our poll question. This game may have shifted my thought process earlier on. Okay, it may have shifted my thought process early on. The Phillies will win the NL East. Do you agree or disagree? Let us know. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, Twitch. That's where you can find us live. And everywhere you get your podcast, you can find us there as well. Like, subscribe, follow. You know the deal. Let's go. Let's talk about it. Still a ball game here, baby. Still a ball game. To the poll question earlier today, I would have said, no, I still think the Braves are the best team in the division. When you already took 2 games of this series right now, and you're playing good baseball, and you're down 10-0 in a game, listen, we've all played enough sports to know, down 10-0, it's easy to call quits. It's easy to call quits. And I think under coconut oil last year, it's quit city. Right? And this is where I like Joe Girardi and I love culture. Right? Because a little fight goes a long way. And it goes a long way the rest of the time you play them. It doesn't go a long way tonight. Regardless, win or lose, this goes a long way. When you get the belief that you can play with a team that might be better than you, right? Yeah, I know. Joe's hot. Joe's hot. Didn't touch him.
Get right, Joe.
So, but this is the fight I'm talking about.
Is that reviewable?
I don't think it is.
I don't feel like anything is. I feel like it has to go past the bag. Like it's unbelievable. Nothing is like anything before the bag is unreviewable, if I remember.
Oh, he did get run.
No. Oh yeah, right there. Yeah, a little left.
Good.
Yeah.
Good. I like that. We win this fucking game. Oh.
All right. So to the poll, the Phillies will win the NL East. Earlier today, like I said, I would have said no, and that has shifted through what I witnessed tonight. Down 10-0, you can hang it up. It's an easy quit. 31-2 games in this series, right? And now you're fighting. You're fighting down 10-0, and they make it a game right now, going down to the last 3 outs, right? To make it a game shows me that this is a tough group now. It is a tougher group than maybe we thought 2 weeks ago, right? Okay, it definitely is. Bullpen's a little bit more figured out, not figured out where we want it to be. But, getting some outs. Let's just put it that way. Getting some outs, which is big. I mean, outs are fun. So getting a few. Now, that needs to turn into more consistency. I still think there's moves that have to be made. I think we all do. But right now, I think I'll agree that they can win the NL East. Do I think that's easy? No. I mean, you play this team 100 more times, I feel like. And there's not even that many games, obviously. Right? I mean, so that's going to determine who wins the NL East. Now, everybody else lost tonight, and we'll see how these last three
Mets lost twice today.
So
I mean, yeah. To your point. Then what's the hardest thing to do when you're trying to come back is that you got to hold the other team to nothing. You know what I mean? And that's where you're talking about this bullpen. Nobody has really any. Right on cue. You absolutely shitting me.
Yeah. That was old shit right in your mouth there.
Oh my God! Dansby, using the whole tip, are you? Are you using the whole tip? Are you, Dansby, on me? But anyway,
thanks, Dansby.
To your point, I mean, only 2 runs now. This inning's not over yet, but 2 runs after after they
7 and 2
thirds. If you don't count Hale, like you said, he came in there and just took off right after Arrieta. Him and Arrieta shared a fucking shit sandwich. You know what I mean? So after that, everybody else has kept you in the game.
Yeah.
Would have been fun not to have that.
Yeah, that's unfortunate right there, right when we go on air. But like we said, it's a good resilient battle. We've already taken the series. So but yeah, absolutely. And this would have been a huge, not that it's over, but huge win if we could win this game, because we'd only be a game back.
Right.
Sitting in second in the NL East, we'd only be a game back of the Braves. Whew.
Yeah, I mean,
with the start, right?
Yeah, with the start they had, I mean, no games, or there is no giveaway games or anything like that. But it's tough to sweep a team like the Braves, all right, and then you're down 10-0. You know what I mean? So everything else was almost gravy. All right, the last 7 innings were free baseball, and you go down and you take as many punches as you can and see what happens.
No, yeah, absolutely. I mean, this shows me a lot. Win or lose this game, just shows me a hell of a lot on this baseball team moving forward. Right, because we just all talk about competing, right? We talk about playing every out, right? And this is playing every out tonight, and I love this. Now, an easy game to pack it in when you already have 2 in the series. You know what I mean? An even easier game to pack it in. So this is a team playing good baseball right now, and this.
We can hit. We know we can hit. It's just the pitching, and like we said, the bullpen's coming along. It's coming along.
So to the poll, I agree. Well, so you agree? Walking guys.
I think that. Are we saying that they're going to win it or they can win it?
They're going. I mean, it's a statement.
Going to win it. I'll disagree, but I think that we're going to be finished second. I think the Braves will probably win it. Now the Braves are struggling with starting pitching, so we'll see what they're going to do here. They might try to make a move or call Ian Anderson up for good. But the Braves do have some starting pitching.
Yeah, he was fantastic, and they got a great farm system. So if they're ready to pull the trigger on some of those young pups in the minor leagues, they got some pure thoroughbreds down there. You know what I mean? The question is, what they want to do, or are they just gonna do some dancing at the in the next 24 hours? So I
was gonna say it's tomorrow.
Like you said. So it is what it is. But as of right now, both teams constructed. I would, and especially the start that the Phillies had. You're playing. You were, fighting back uphill battle. Even though it's right. They're right there to be taken. I still give the Braves a nod. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I would too. I would give them the nod. I do think that we will finish second.
Yeah, no, absolutely. And like you said, if you can get any kind of
the playoffs,
you get any kind of bullpen help or anybody that can, figure out how to get some outs back there, it'd be nice. You know what I mean? Like, it's just like you just don't know what's going on in that office up there. You want to shake the guy. Like today, I heard Joey Gallo's name. Love Joey Gallo. Phillies have no problem with their lineup. All right, Hosson's getting hot, so look out. Then all of a sudden, that extends you even more. All right, they got no problem swinging the bats. Right, they need pitching. It's just mind-boggling to me that, and maybe there's stuff going on behind the scenes. I have no idea. I'm just saying that was the one name I heard. Yeah, I understand it. In the short season, I get it. But the Padres are playing for their lives, aren't they?
The Padres found a lot to deal with.
They're finding everything. I hear you. It's not easy to find a dancing partner all the time, especially in a short season.
Pitching-wise, there's not a lot out there, Greg. I I think there's hitters to be had. But like you said, do we need a hitter, though? Do we need a hitter?
Yeah, no.
San Fran and Baltimore are basically, and the Angels are basically fire-sailing hitters. You can get any hitter you want from them.
Well, I mean, but to your point right there, whether the Orioles, Gibbons is fantastic.
Yeah, he's good. Yeah,
I mean, the Rockies.
Padres.
And
Rockies.
the Rockies. And Rosenthal and Givens went in the last 2 days, and they've been lights out in these first.
Rosenthal somehow found a magic potion. I don't know what happened with him because he couldn't get outs for 3 years.
Yeah,
he went to the Padres.
He was reunited with Matheny, so we'll see if he, shits down his leg with San Diego. But he was great for Kansas City. You know what I mean? Now it's big stage time, and the Padres are rolling, so. It's a lot harder.
Padres can hit also. Another team that can hit.
Yeah. You should have some.
And they keep adding hitters. That's the amazing thing. Like, they keep adding hitters. They added like 2 catchers. They added Austin Nola and
I think they do have
Castro.
a couple. They have a couple guys that are playing over their head. I feel like if you look at the Phillies, everyone's kind of hitting what you would expect. I don't feel like anyone's really playing over their head. This Cronenworth dude, who the hell is he? He's hitting 325 for them. Like, they got a couple guys playing over their head. Maybe they're looking at it that way. Like, hey, we can add a couple guys here because these guys are going to fall off. But yeah, you're right, Greg. They're crushing baseball.
Greg.
They score 10 runs a game, basically.
Yeah, that's what I said. Like,
except for last night when I take him in the overs.
Yeah, Rose
keep doing it.
Rosenthal, you're going to have some three-run saves. 3-run saves that, you don't have to walk that tightrope of the 1-run games. You know what I mean?
Greg did a poll. The Phillies will win the NL East. Agree or disagree?
I think win or loss today, if Arrieta would have pitched well, I probably would have said agree. But the fact that he kind of threw another dud kind of leads me to believe that unless we go out and really make some big-time moves, which to Wilson, to everything Wilson and everybody else has already said, there's not really those big-time guys available right now. So I think we're going to be dealing with what we have. And Arrieta throwing another dud to me kind of worries me. If he would have came out, we would have lost like a close game, and he looked good. Whether we win or lost, I probably would have said agree, but I'm going to go disagree, just because of what is our pitching, right? Workman has got it done recently, but a lot of base runners scare me each and every time, and it's not like he's got high 90s heat to blow by guys at the end of the game. He's sitting there throwing 92, 93, with some hanging cement mixers that are just going to finally, sooner or later, start getting tattooed. It's worked so far for us, but I don't know if that can necessarily hold up.
Yeah, if you don't have electric shit, you really can't burn the candle at both ends. You know what I mean? Like, Will's, we were talking about in our conversation the other night. You know what I mean? Lidge was like that in 2008, but Lidge had electric shit. You know what I mean? Like, Lidge will run it up there 97, 98 with a hammer slider. You know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? So, Workman doesn't have that in his repertoire. You know what I mean? So you don't want to keep dancing through raindrops. You know what I mean? But we'll see.
He did throw pretty well last year for Boston out of the closing role, though. So I guess that's probably what they were looking at,
Yeah.
I like how they put him right into the closing spot because Neris has been on a struggle bus. So we need him to regain something, some confidence at least, because he can't even throw strikes. I don't know what's going on with Hector.
Yeah.
He's been on the
he looked good last night. He looked good last night.
Good.
Yeah, he's been on the end of some shaky defense. So
that's true.
That screwed up his psyche. But you're right. No, he has been horseshit. But he, that started maybe that downward spiral for him mentally. You know what I mean? Because we all know how this game, gets a hold of you mentally, and then all of a sudden you can't throw a strike. His splitter's not doing nothing. He's leaving. And if you don't get ahead, it's tough to throw that. You don't get strike one. It's tough to throw that lights out splitter. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah.
I see.
That starts with confidence. You know what I mean? No, you're good, bro.
I see Spidey and Murph chiming in. What's up, boys? And to Spidey's point, I know Greg's a notorious Arrieta hater, but he has pitched well. He pitched great his last outing against Washington.
No, he did. But he had a dud in there in between. No, he had another bad start He had a bad start against Boston recently.
Well, that was a couple weeks ago, I think. But no, I hear he hasn't pitched well as a Philly in general. So
yeah,
but he's been his best, as good as he's been as a Philly this year.
I was just hoping to see some consistency out of a veteran to where we start stringing together good starts.
Well, the fact that he couldn't throw a fucking strike tonight is not encouraging.
And he never gets past the fifth. You know what I mean? So, but I hear you. He was better early on than he's been the last year and a half, 2 years.
Even when he's throwing great, like last outing, he can't get past the fifth because it goes to a rain delay.
At the end of the day, after your first, second starters around the league, that's usually what everybody is, and it becomes a bullpen. It's a bullpen freaking league. So before I don't even care. I don't want to say I don't care what Arrieta did tonight, but I don't care. I'm not looking to go get starters right now. I'm going to look to get guys in my pen who can get me outs, right? And hope I can get maybe another guy before the deadline tomorrow, right? So just like, you know what I mean? Another vet who's proven he can get outs in this league, like the two you did go out and get. You know what I mean? Not great names, but at least veterans, like we talked about on numerous shows, how our bullpen was surrounded by a bunch of guys we never heard of, and Hector Neris, who maybe outside of Philly you don't even know anyway, and Adam Morgan, who outside of Philly you definitely don't know. So you know what I mean? Like that's what our bullpen was, and a bunch of guys then we didn't know. Now you're like, whoa, none of us four, like. I know, where'd you come from? I gotta go look you up on where you were. Like, that's a problem. That's an issue, right? So the fact that they addressed it a little bit shows me at least the idiot upstairs knows that this is an issue and can't run from it, right? Because I believe you can't. If he's Mr. Numbers, the worst in everything in your bullpen, probably numbers you want to address, honey. That's sort of how that goes, Maddie, right? When your numbers are the worst in everything, you want to address it. I thought he's done a decent job to go address it with what you could get, right, when everybody's in the mix, right? So now you do have guys down there. Like if you, like I know Brian Daly, I know it's a reach, right? But they're really stringing Hader around in Milwaukee right now, and I know everybody does before the deadline. But if you want to get somebody, go. You have a guy who's on your roster right now, a center fielder, and Adam Hazley and Medina could get you Hader if you wanted them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, if you wanted them, and I'm saying there's more in that deal maybe. But you know what I'm saying? Like, two names that are being tossed around for Starling Marte. Well, like we talked about, we don't, offense isn't our issue. So what do you want? What do you want more? And I'm not saying that's the name. That's just the name Milwaukee's tossing around right now, right? And the whole league's in on them, obviously, if you're getting tossed around.
Come here and start doing roids again or some shit.
Or just stink. You know what I mean? Or just stink.
Well, we'd be moving him to center, though, right? He's been playing left for Arizona, hasn't he? We'd be moving him to center.
Oh, he was in center the other night. Most of the games I'm watching, he's in center because Peralta's in left.
Well, regardless,
that makes sense.
Not that I don't want Starling Marte, but I don't need Starling Marte. Like like I just said, the whole league's a bullpen league. We all know this already. I'm not saying anything anybody doesn't know. So I need outs back there. I need guys that are trustworthy at the back end of my pen in 24 hours in a shortened season, but before the deadline. Listen, you always talk about owing players, right? You owe your star players on this team to go get some more help out there in any way, shape, or form you can. Is that got to be a star name? No. Just go give me another vet or two. I'll take two, preferably. Just go give me two more vets. They can be guys just like this. You know what I mean? Just like this. Just go give me two more of them, and then guess what? Now, the bed's
I'd love to look around the league for you. Like who do you think we got available?
Who do we
figure? You figure we already went through Boston, right? Okay, so that's out, and then you look at the teams that are willing to trade guys. It's like Baltimore, the Angels, and Boston, but they're pretty much out. So you would look like Baltimore and the Angels. They got. They might have a couple guys.
Hold on, real quick though. You didn't think the Yankees were in the business of trading any arms, though?
Yeah, well, that's David Hale stinks though. But I hear you.
But our whole bullpen stuck. You know what I mean? So David Hale looks like we're getting Mariano Rivera. You know what I mean? Because that's how bad our pen's been. You know what I mean? I get what you're saying. You're 100% right. But there's other names out there that are similar, maybe a little better that you probably could get. Now, I'm just saying you think that some teams won't do stuff, but some teams are like, all right, I'll take this. I'll get younger.
That's what I was just going to say. Like, I Will's looking at the four teams that are technically absolute dog piss and are mathematically out of it. But the Brewers are 15 and 18. No reason to jump out of the boat if they're, if that's not just a rumor. You know what I mean? They're just saying like, hey man, maybe it's time to go, or maybe we're time to blow this up a little bit, get younger, whatever. Figure somebody will give us a king's ransom because they're trying to go for it in a 60-game season. You know what I mean? So there might be three other teams like that you might be able to find that are, fringe worthy that might want to dance with you. You know what I mean? So I know what you're saying exactly. You know what I mean? It's not our job. You know what I mean? If I'm the GM, I got shit moving all over right now. Whether somebody says yes or not, I got a board up. I got everything going. I got 10 phones. I got a bat phone. I got a red phone. I got every fucking phone, every phone they can fucking make. I got the girl from
pagers.
I got the cell phone girl, Chief Anna, right there with the fucking googly eyes. And I'm like, hey, how you doing, young lady? Can I get that phone? I got every fucking phone working. You know what I mean? So
I feel like Sweeps just Ari Goldust right there. when the bat phone rings at 2:00 on a Wednesday, I gotta answer the fucking phone.
I love it. So Gold. Love me some. Deshaw said.
Deshaw with the comment of the night so far.
He said, I looked this bullpen up in Google, and Google replied, "Stop playing."
Love it.
That's great.
No, but like I feel like there's got to be a couple veteran arms on some of these teams that are really bad that we could entice for not a big price at all. You know.
Well, I mean,
we're gonna want to make them give
look
us
at Anaheim.
So we'll end up having to give them more than we want probably because we're gonna stay under the luxury tax until we sign JT in the offseason. But we'll see. I mean, we can do that. We just have to give them a little more.
What do you got?
We got some guys that are never going to come up probably. Listen, can you still flip Mickey Moniak to somebody? I mean, he's still got some talent. Is he ever going to play for us? Probably not.
Thanks for reminding me because I'm old and I keep losing my point. So thanks, Will. That's what I was going to say. Even if the Phillies don't have this, great minor leagues, which we know that we live in this area, we know the team, right? Every other team is dancing with prospects. People are taking chances. People will take chances on prospects. You know what I mean? I know that the Phils aren't the high. That their phone doesn't ring when people think about prospects and minor leagues and let's do some trades. Let's call the Phillies because they got a surplus. I understand that. You know what I mean? But still, they got some pieces. You know what I mean? That you can think you can do something with.
Absolutely. I mean, it's going to be tough to be like, hey, who do we trust more, Roman Quinn or Hazley, and move one of them? That would be tough for me, but I'm willing to move Moniak in a fucking heartbeat. I don't even care. Not that I'm going to have anything against Mickey. I think he still could be a serviceable big leaguer. I just don't think it happens as a Philly.
Yeah. No,
I don't see it happening.
No, and I hear you. And that's why. And like I said, in this kind of 2020 structure that's going on right now, like everything's kind of wide open. I mean, I know the Dodgers have separated themselves a little bit. You know what I mean? But. Mm-hmm. They'll find a way to the cough it back up.
They'll find a way to shit their fucking shoes.
They'll find a way to cough it back up. But
it's called the playoffs.
There's nobody really that stands out. There feels like there's a lot of parity there. Like I told you guys the other day, it's obviously changed in the week, but we talked about at the beginning of the week, there was 18 teams that were 500 or worse. So that only meant there were 12 teams with a winning record. So it's just crazy that everything was bunched up like that. You know what I mean? And with 16 teams making the playoffs and all that.
It is super tight. It's very tight.
It's the time to make the playoffs. And you see injuries and other stuff that are hurting. You know what I mean? It looked like the Yankees were the big bad team on the block. Everybody was like, "Ooh, the Yankees." You know what I mean?
Got the leadoff man on.
And now the Yankees are taking on water. Well, they were until today. They were until the 7th inning today when the Mets put Edwin Diaz in. Good job, Mets. Great work, Mutts.
The thing about why some teams are maybe looking to move some guys too that you want to think they're looking to move is the fact of a season with no fans,
not making any money,
money lost. So some of these smaller markets like Milwaukee out there shopping them, they very well may be. You know what I mean? And a guy like Hader because they're just trying to I don't know his exact money, but maybe they're just trying to trim some money off the books. In a smaller market, other smaller markets just because if they're playing good or not, could just be looking to move a couple bucks. So sometimes it's just about moving a couple bucks as in a shortened season where you're losing money with no fans, etc. You know what I mean? That's the situation a lot of smaller market teams, I would assume, are in a little bit. And some are playing good baseball and they're not going to do any of that. But there's definitely teams out there that will move some guys. You know what I mean? There's definitely teams out there that would move some guys.
The Hader's a great name, Tom, and he's electric. I mean, he would immediately be our closer, obviously. The problem with Hader is that we're not going to go over the luxury tax. That's a fair fucking ball. We're not going to go over the luxury tax until next year when we sign JT. That's a fair ball, dude. That's a fair ball. We're not going to sign the luxury tax until we sign JT. And Middleton was talking about losing like $85 million this year with no fans. So they're going to try to. I would assume that they're going to make teams give us cash back. That's why we're going to have to give like a better minor league player for whatever guy we get. And Hader makes too much money. I don't think that we can get him because I know for a fact they're not going to go over the luxury tax until they sign JT. They're just not.
Well, that's terrible. And that's
wasted. I hear you. I'm not a fan of that. I'm just.
He's only making $4 million.
What's happening? Who $4 million? I mean, it's not terrible. Yeah. Maybe we can move the money.
It's only signed for 1 year and $4 million. So
okay, well that makes it even better. That's probably why
makes it better. I figured he made more.
That's why they're trying to get rid of him because they probably don't feel like they're not going to sign him or they can't.
Yeah, they're not going to be able to re-sign him. So you're right. They're probably trying to see what they can get for him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm in on that deal right now. I mean, that doesn't say obviously who won it be, but like, okay, what do you want? You know what I mean? I'm trying to win. I'm trying to win.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And I know what you're saying, like about the pen. That's obviously that's your number one priority. But I just think it's arms, period. You know what I mean? Because after Nolan and Wheeler, I don't really have faith in anybody else. I mean, they've give you some good starts. Arrieta has his moments. Eflin has his moments. I get that, but you got a guy like Lance Lynn out there. He's heavy now. He's got the hair back. I love me some Lance Lynn. You know what I mean? Like I'd be blowing the Rangers up. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. They're gonna give you 7. He's gonna give you 7 every start. I mean,
dude, I love me some fucking Lance Lynn. I'm a Lance Lynn guy.
I'd be ringing that phone off the hook. You know what I mean?
I was thinking like a Dylan Bundy, and it's kind of a similar thing. He's in Anaheim.
Yeah.
He just threw well. He threw really well yesterday, but he's a name out there. Yeah, he's a name out there that once he's gotten out of Baltimore, has kind of got out of his shell and started to play a lot better.
He'll come here and he'll have 3 homers a fucking game. But
yeah, and then the other guy,
he has thrown well for the Angels.
Yeah, and the other guy on the Angels too is the local kid Buchter. Left-hander out of the bullpen. Probably could get him. Probably wouldn't cost you a whole lot.
You can get anybody from the Angels not named Trout or Ohtani. Anybody. Yeah. Or Rendon.
Might be able to get him.
No. Fuck, man.
Oh,
like I said, you just
on there to that bag. Wow.
Freddie's pretty.
Is that your pops yelling in the background?
Yeah, it is.
No, he's upstairs. It might have just been an echo.
I thought I heard it.
I thought I heard Papa down.
Nah, I told him I was coming downstairs, so he's watching his iPad.
Oh, man, did he hold that?
Oh, I don't know. Yeah, double check that. You might as well.
I mean,
listen, it's a great turn by them. I'll give them that.
Like you said, you got to, we always talk about getting creative.
I think he did hold it. Shit.
Getting creative and just, and just start figuring, just making calls, you know what I mean? And hopefully that's going on up there, but I don't really trust anything Klentak does. So I don't know what's going on up there, but like you said, of the teams that are out of it, you talk about a guy like from the Royals, Danny Duffy, there's a left-handed arm. He'll never have a left-handed starter. It seems like, you know what I mean? Like, not Sandy Koufax.
That's a good name, though. Danny Duffy's a good name.
Eat up some innings. Another guy he's going to give you 6.
He's a good K guy, good strikeout guy.
Yeah, keep you in it. Yeah, he's going to miss some barrels. Absolutely.
What up, Pete? Chris Kelly just checked in.
What up, Pete?
Haters.
What up, Pete?
I mean, after this year, he's got his arbitration year, so he is technically under control. But obviously, he's going to go to arbitration, and then with the pass that he's had, he's going to obviously go up from 4.1. So yeah, Chris, thank you for making me double check, because he is under control. It's just a matter of if you want to play it and stuff like that, or pay it.
Yeah, and I bet you there's a lot of guys out there that are coming up. There's probably guys out there in the pens. I mean, I don't have to go look it up real quick, but there's guys definitely out there that are coming up on deals or at the end of deals that our teams will probably be like, you make some phone calls. That's why Sweep said, 10 calls. I have the whole organization on the phone. My entire organization's on the phone now, because this is the windows to win. I mean, you signed Harper for 13 years, but your window to win is always small. Windows to win are always small. And if you're even the fact that you haven't even signed your catcher yet is mind-boggling to me. Okay, mind-boggling. But that's a story for another.
They're going to.
I understand that, but
I'm willing to guarantee that.
But the problem is the window to win isn't always big. It's never really big. So when you have an offense like this, you sign Didi to a 1-year deal. Like, you know what I mean? So when you do these little 1-year deal stuff, with that's also trying to win right now. So I mean, the fact that you even came in with a pen this bad is outlandish. And okay, you made a couple moves so far, but listen, they got to. I don't care who the hell's not trying to trade who. If you're aggressive enough and you're willing to part ways with some things, you can get what you want. You can get what you want. Now, do I trust the guy going out there to be able to get what he wants? No, not necessarily. Not at all. But you can get what you want if, guess what?
Yeah.
You put your money where your mouth is and you're willing to give up some prized possessions, air quote, you're going to get what you want.
And the Angels traded for a minor league reliever today, too. So go get one of their relievers.
Yeah, absolutely.
They got a young guy to replace him.
And like you said, it's not our job to know that stuff about contracts. All right? As when you're the GM and you're assistant GM and all that good stuff, and people do the numbers for you, then they can figure all that stuff out. You know what I mean? We're just throwing some names out there, trying to help you guys out. But you guys can do all the, it's what you get paid for. You guys can crunch all the numbers, figure out all that good stuff. You know what I mean? We're just trying to help you out a little bit.
You ain't put me in a Howard Roseman closet. You know what I'm saying? You ain't put me down the hallway with no windows, and telling me to crunch numbers. That's not my gig.
What up, Prism?
Is we need more talent. That's my gig. We need more talent, and with an offense like this, you're wasting it. You're wasting what could be a really special year by the way this bullpen's pitched. Literally up until now, I'll give them the last week or so. Well, the last week they pitched better, but up until the last week, it's been atrocious. All right, and tough to watch. How many leads? And not just leads, 4-run leads, 3-run leads, just blown. I don't think the teams had more leads in Major League Baseball, I feel like, than us. You know what I mean? That's how bad it's been. It's been that bad. So you're wasting such big. Listen, offenses, maybe guys will hit for 60 games, but the ebb and flow of baseball usually. And guys cool down, heat up, etc. Now, it's going to be a little different this year, but you can't waste nights like that. The good teams don't waste nights like that. And if this team had any type of bullpen coming in this year, any type of major league pen, right? They're probably 5 games over 500 right now. Any type of major league pen. Just some semblance of a clue upstairs. This team's 5 games over 500 right now. I know that's not saying a lot, but that's a lot. That's a lot when you're 1 game under right now after the loss tonight. And I'm not here to crush everything. His baseball teams play better. They started to get outs back again.
They're playing better, and the pen is starting to get better. That is from.
Who do you trust now? Hold on, I'll just leave it like this, right? I'll leave it like this for whatever. Now you're in a playoff. You're in a playoff game. Win or go home. It's win or go home. You got a 1-run lead going in the 9th. Who are you comfortable with that gets you that last 3 outs?
Well, Workman's the guy right now.
I understand that, but you feel good?
I feel okay.
Period. Who do you feel? You feel good in the 8th?
Well, Hembry before tonight's 9th inning had thrown really well for us. So I guess he's the 8th inning guy right now. I think what they would hope is that Neris would be the 8th inning guy and Hembry would be more of the 7th inning guy. But right now, I'm not sure that Hector can do that. I think we just got to hope Hector gets some outs right now.
I think you just try to. Yeah, I think you try to piece it together. I don't know if anybody really needs a role. You know what I mean? You just try to piece it together. That's why I didn't like that. Hindsight's 20/20. I didn't like that right there. Right? Vinny V gave you 2 scoreless. I understand that you're asking for much right there, but he's at 36 pitches. He ain't gonna come back. He's already gonna need a couple days off. Right? So just let him pitch that inning. Let him try to start the 9th. Right, a 1-run game there, and I'm not going to kill him. Listen, Dansby, put a good swing on the ball. It is what it is. Right, the pen kept you in the game, so I'm not going to absolutely scream from the rooftops right there. But 11-10 right there, it just changes things right there. Gene probably rolls the ball right there in the bottom of the 9th, and you take 2 shots with Didi, and I think it was after.
They call that ball fair. We're 2nd and 3rd, and we're fucking. We're wooing.
Yeah.
The turbulence in the plane's going. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
The plane's going because now I'm fully on board. Let's get to some of the comments in here. Prism, Tom, Greg, be well, sweet.
Prism?
Cheers, brother.
What up, Priz?
What else we got? We have time. We have tons going on here. So we get some more.
Breaking news: Kawhi Leonard, pretty good. 30-10, 5-5, only the 7th ever.
Chris Kelly goes, he would go to Hector there. Sorry, not Nectar. Palatero says Hector. When he's going well, sure.
Yeah.
But you're trusting that right now, boys? Like the family comment. You in that game I just told you about. You feel good? Okay.
If that game's tomorrow, I don't think I'm going Hector. I'm telling you.
Yeah, that's where you just change the equation. That was an SAT question right there. And Tom's talking playoffs. That's 30 games. 30 games. He might be right.
Playoffs. Playoffs.
But like you said, tomorrow. No, absolutely.
Playing that game at 7 tomorrow. How you guys feeling about the pen? I need more work. There needs to be more work done.
I'm hoping that it's a steamy night and the ball's flying. We want some runs, baby.
How old's Hader, Greg? How old's Hader?
In a 1 game thing? In a 1 game game?
I think it's 27, 28.
once you gave me that 1 game fucking scenario, I'm going Nola and fucking Wheeler. So I don't need it. I don't need it.
we go 5 and 4 right here. We're gonna shuffle it up 5 and 4.
Beat this SAT us back. You know what I mean? I felt it. Was he 27? 27? 26.
Okay, yeah, there you go.
I mean, you want Mickey Moniak? You want him? I mean, anything else you want to throw in there?
I'll drive Mickey there.
I mean, I'll give you Moniak.
You don't even have to wear a mask in the car. I'll drive him right there.
Medina can take a walk too. Medina, take Medina with him.
Yeah, Adonis. Yeah, hop in. Car's got 4 seats. Hop in.
With 6 though dealing,
We're mask-free in here.
Hold on, real quick. Well, with 6 though dealing, Medina's going to stink, right? Like they ain't that good down there. They ain't that good. System.
They didn't take the right one.
No, get Medina out of here. Get him out for Hader. Medina, Moniak. See you later. There you go. They're driving to pick them guys up. They're feeling that good. They're feeling good.
According to Mike, he's not gonna be that good though, Tom. He started hot. He's not that good though.
Who?
Did you see that? 6 toe. The guy with the extra toe, 6 toe.
Yeah, but who said it, Mike? Who?
Your old guy, your old AM/PM guy, old Mike.
Oh yeah. I'm gonna go off how the guys came in and been lights out. You know what I mean? Electric's electric, baby. That's all I know. I mean,
he was shut down the other night.
Yeah, my eyes don't usually fool us. Right? My eyes don't fool me. Your guys' eyes usually don't fool you. When a guy's electric, he's electric. When he's got a lot of movement, a lot of to his stuff. I mean, that is what it is. That stuff tough to hit. So I mean, is he going to get banged up, beat up sometimes in games? Sure. He's a young guy.
Everybody does.
Yeah, he'll get shelled sometimes, but I think he's going to be a damn good pitcher, which is fine. I thought that in the trade. I liked him and Jorge. To me, the whole part of the trade is I love JT. You're getting the best catcher in baseball, but you better sign him. There's no middle. There's no middle. The more this guy deals, the more this guy deals. But listen, what do you want to give up for Hader? I mean, what are you guys? 26? Now
I'll give up whatever they want.
Now, granted, now you got to give a big deal here too. You got to give a big deal here and a big deal to JT. I'm good. I'm backing Brinks up with the cigar money. You understand? I'm tired of sitting on my hands. I want another championship, right, for the Philadelphia Phillies. And I feel like that if I'm willing to spend the money and make some trades and get rid of some guys in this farm system to try to upgrade this team, you can do it. The farm system is not great, but there's enough names down there that you could pull off a move like that if Milwaukee's looking into it. Or another guy we're missing that we're just not thinking about. But that's the big name and the
like you said,
being tossed around.
And like we talked about, if you get a little more length in the starters, right, then you don't have to lean that heavy on the pen. You know what I mean? Because, like I said, you just hope that Klentak and his, merry band of idiots are doing their due diligence. That's all you can ask for as a fan. You know what I mean? Because the Robbie Ray. Here's another name. The D-backs are horse shit. They're taking up more. They're taking up more oil. You know what
That's
I mean?
another team you can get anybody you want from, pretty much.
Yeah, Mad Bum's banged up. Mad Bum's another name. He's banged up. It's going to take him a little while.
Like Gallant. You know what I mean? Like,
they probably won't trade Zach.
He's off limits. Yeah.
Well, on everybody. I love everybody. Yeah. I love hearing that. My whole roster is good to go. Zach Gallen's on that. Is he going to go too?
He's got a 202 and 1-0
auction.
Thanks, Arizona.
Chris Kelly says, I'm the Uber King of South Jersey. I'll drive Moniak for freedom. Thank you, Chris. I love it.
Greg, you took your title. Shit.
Yeah,
Greg was doing Philly.
Could be a battle. We might have to set up like an obstacle course. Who's better? Prince or Greg? Who's better?
Greg was doing the
you remember
king of the airport run. Greg's the king of the airport run.
Greg spent a lot of time in PA.
Who, the Uber creep?
Spent a lot of time at the airport.
Uber creep. He's Uber creeping. Yow.
Jealousy. Lot of jealousy out of those Uber guys.
So Tristan says,
the young guy.
What is that wedding? The wedding singer when he makes the guy in the limo do the test run and put the guy in the car. We're gonna set that up for Greg and Chris.
Tristan says, "Damn, Flyer season is probably over. Phil's lose. Not a good day, fam. Yeah, not a good one. But we'll talk about Flyers. We'll talk about everything you guys want to talk about. I'll keep. I know people have some Eagles questions and the likes and Sixers, Eagles, Flyers, Phillies are all on the table, fam. I mean, we'll circle the block on everything. So whatever you got questions on or comments or statements, we're big fans of the statements. So feel free to fire out statements. We'll read them off to you. So we'll get that. We'll get to everybody. But
Yeah,
I don't think the Flyers are done yet. They've been outplayed. They've been outworked. I get it. I've been watching the same game. Okay. But I don't think they're done yet. It's a resilient group. And I got to expect there's more fight. And I still think this can go 7. Do I think they win it in 7 now? No, I don't feel that now. But do I still think they could put on the fight to go 7? They could. They got to get some goals in. I mean, this guy's going to give us some goals, right? I mean, we
got to score some goals.
I mean, he's standing on his head, and we're not getting enough shots. So, I mean, it's a combo. And every puck outside of the first period yesterday feels like they've owned us. You know what I mean? And that's not good. That's not a good look.
Second half of the second period tonight, after we scored, we dominated. But then the third period came out and they punched us right in the mouth again.
Yeah, because it ended up with 38 shots, 38 pucks on net somehow. You know what I mean? It didn't feel like that, but somehow they got 38 shots. They, like I said.
Oh, it feels like that at times.
Yeah, sometimes I feel like they gave like 72 on us teams. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Are they in the hundreds?
And then you watch the same thing. Like you watch the rest of
they're in the hundreds.
You watch the rest of the games, like in the other playoffs, and all they do is pepper the other goalies with shots and find rebounds, right? Find those pucks that squeak through that they only do against us, right?
Yeah, or you just
we had 2 more squeakers today.
Yeah, I mean that last one. The second one was tough. The 2-1er was tough. I thought he had to save. Good save. That a boy, and then it's like they're pointing to the back of the net. Say, what the hell's going on? Let's get to some more. Prism says, "What's Rhys Hoskins' trade value, and would y'all throw him in a trade to get a stud bullpen on?" Okay, look at
Rhys Hoskins is not being traded. Shut up, Greg.
You're gonna get that all in one question.
Unreal.
And you're gonna get some realism.
Well, I mean, if he was in the hater, Julian, absolutely. It just depends who you're talking about. I mean, he's getting hot right now, so now's the time. I mean, a week and a half ago, it wasn't. You know what I mean?
I'll drive.
So you're not gonna trade him for a tomato can.
I'm not trading Rhys Hoskins for Josh Hader.
I'm just saying, I would think about it.
I wouldn't.
At 26, I mean, if he was 28, I'm not doing it. But at 26,
is Hoskins the same age, pretty much? 28.
He is, but one guy's a little, to me, a little bit more, a little better though. I get it's different.
Is he? I don't know. Is
I
he?
don't know. Oh, here comes that. I don't got the.
Is he? Are you seriously debating? I mean, just because he got hot in the last week, are you?
Are you debating that Josh Hader is good? I agree.
Better.
Well, I'm not saying he's Mariano Rivera, but I mean, I think he's
good.
Better value than Hoskins. I mean, the last 10 days has been fantastic. Great job. Tip your cap to him. Finally doing what he's fucking supposed to. But I mean, shit. I mean, like you said, not crowning.
I like Rhys. Second half last year.
That's fine, buddy. You guys are
throwing him in the trash over a bad second half last year and a bad first 10 games this year. That's just what the facts are. In a bad 60 games, you guys throw him in the trash.
No. The facts aren't that. Nobody threw him under the trash. The facts were, trade him. Would you trade him for Josh Hader?
I was mainly talking to others.
Hold on. You obviously had custody this weekend of him. So now,
stepdad. I'm stepdad. It's my stepkid.
Yeah, and you're fighting for longer custody. I hear you. I get it. And I like.
I like Rhys. That's all it is. I like Rhys.
And that's fine. He's going to fucking throw you in the Audubon Lake for that, bro. He's fucking terrible on defense. He's got hot the last 10 days, and I hope he does well, right? But you're talking about what the Phillies need. The Phillies need a fucking bullpen pimp. Then you would do that. You know what I mean? If you get a chance to re-sign him, not for a rental, I'm saying. You know what I mean? It would have to be right. All the pieces would have to be right. That's all. I mean,
yeah, I'm not saying I want to trade.
I wouldn't do it. That's all. That's just personal.
That deal. I just asked you who the better player was. That was it, and you showed your colors on that.
Right now, Hader is better, but I always go position player over pitcher. Anyway,
I hear you, and that's fair. But he hasn't been consistent enough for me to put him over. Value that. Oh yeah. Now, can he get hot? And if he finishes strong, he could definitely change an opinion. And I understand, but that second half is a lot of baseball. So I mean, when you say second half, that's 81 games, a bad swing.
Yeah, he was really bad. Well, he was really bad last year. Second.
So I mean, it's hard to run from when you come out and you're slow. Start this year. Now you're right. I mean, he's hitting better. We all see it, but I still think I have to make that deal. Like I still think I'm almost forced to make that deal. If that was the deal. I'm not saying that's the deal, but
Then Hader gets
No,
Tommy
no.
John next year, and Reese hits 30 for the next 6, and then we look like assholes.
yeah, I mean, you could.
Coulda, woulda, shoulda.
Good.
Yeah,
Or Reese
Bob's
stinks and
atrocious over
Hader's great.
third base.
So I know.
Yeah,
I
that's what I'm
understand.
saying. Yeah, because
I didn't wanna do that,
I agree. I mean, like I said,
I didn't want to do it to
whatever
you.
whatever your preference is, you know what I mean? But
One guy's the best bullpen arm in the league, and the other guy best 210. I mean, there's that side too.
Well, he's hitting 260 right now.
Here we go, Daddy.
Going up.
Oh,
He's
my
going up. Listen,
barrel.
this is the
Barrel.
time. This is the time for me to talk. Time for me to talk.
yeah, absolutely. I mean,
Kids hit the ball.
the guy's a great politician. He's not a fucking dummy. He ain't gonna scream for the mountaintop when he's hitting 190 with 3 homers. So I mean,
right.
have
That's
have
right.
at it. You know what the fuck you're doing. I'm not saying
That's right.
I want to take a minute on a different topic right now. I'm chiming in. I'm gonna take a minute on a different topic, okay? And I'm just gonna tell all the Flyers fans that, and I'm a Flyer fan as well, but
He's been banned.
I said this for how many freaking years, Wills? You know it very well. The dude is not a captain of a hockey team. Might be a great guy. Might be a phenomenal dude and a skilled player and can do a lot. Not debating that, okay? But my C's light lamps. My C's light lamps. My C's aren't guys that are role players, which I feel like he is. I mean, you can't run from bad playoff numbers and just not finding a net period in the playoffs out of my captain. This ain't out of my,
He's not a role player, though. But
this ain't out of an A. This
the
isn't out of
the
an A.
last 2 postseasons, he's been a role player.
Okay, then guess what happens?
1 goal in his last 23 postseason games. That's a terrible stat.
Yeah.
24 tonight, right? Doesn't become
No,
20.
I think tonight was 23.
Good.
Or it was 24. Either one.
Either way, probably a great guy, but not wearing the C next year. That's all I'm saying to people. Oh, I want him on my roster, but my C's got to be snipers. My C's got to light lamps. My C's got to be able to carry me. That's what captains around the National Hockey League do, in my opinion. People can think differently, and that's fine.
Or at least a vocal leader, which I don't think he's that either.
I think he's a good dude. I think he's a good dude. Nobody's taking that away. We're talking about disappearing. Like disappearing acts, I can't have from my C. If I want to get the broad, or I want to get this just to a Stanley Cup or an Eastern Conference Finals, whatever the case may be, that's where I need my C's. Like Ovechkin last postseason, the C really, it was like a double C. You know what I mean? Like CC. You know what I mean? He CC'd in an email. You know what I mean? CC'd in an email and boom, and carried. Now, granted, it was a good hockey team, but that's what I need sometimes out of my captain. You can be a great distributor. You can do all them other things well, right? Which I think he really is a talented hockey player. Nobody's debating that. But as my captain, and all these people said he's underrated for years. No, he wasn't. He's rated right where he should be. Actually, he's a little overrated in this city in terms of the love affair. Like, is he a really good player? Really good, sure. But is he captain worthy if you're trying to win cups?
And he's not even distributed right now. That first line is atrocious.
Yeah,
Our best line's the third line. Our best line's the third line, and that was with benching Lawton in Game 2. He's come out in Game 3 and Game 4, and that third line has been our best line.
Yeah, JVR
of the
Lawton,
team.
Pitlick, right?
And Pitlick, yep.
Yeah, they
like
were
the
really good.
way
Last
played.
2, the whole weekend they were really good.
Mm-hmm.
By far the best line today. If we're gonna come back and make this a series, the first line has to show up. That's a fact. We need more. We need something out of Giroux. We need more out of Coots. We need something.
That's just playoff hockey, Mike. You just want to try and shake it up, right? You're down. You just want to try and shake it up. That's why Elliott played.
Not me.
It's just what it is.
I mean, with all due respect, I'm not going to sit here and micromanage a guy who I have a lot of respect for in Alain Vigneault, but to me, that I don't like that. I mean, this guy stood on his head so far in this whole postseason. That's not a one game, right? I mean, he pretty much stood on his head, made a lot of big time saves, kept you in games. It's not like you got your doors blown off the other night. You know what I'm saying? And I understand you might want to go to a switch, but it's your franchise.
Back to back. I think that's why, Tommy.
There's a back to back.
But this is also postseason hockey. Everybody's playing back to back. I get it. I understand it. I had really had no issue.
I know. I mean, they played their backup goalie too.
But if you don't score, you're not winning anyway. So
Yeah,
to me,
true.
it became an irrelevant conversation, even though personally I would have liked Carter Hart to start tonight. But it's an irrelevant conversation when you score 2 goals and one comes with a minute left, right? It's irrelevant who's in net, because it's not like he got lit up right now. Do I think if Carter's in net, do I think it's probably more of a 2-1 game at that point? Yeah, I do. I think he gave the one goal. I think Carter makes the save, but that's what ifs. I don't know. I mean, if he's between the net, does he get let up tonight for 5? He could.
Yeah.
So I mean, but he is my guy, and as long as that conversation's done, which I'm sure it was, like you said, hey, back to back is the only reason you're not playing, and I want you for the rest of the series. You know what I mean? To be fresh.
Yeah. Oh, he's back next game. There's no doubt about it.
I know he's back next game. I'm sure the conversation was had. You know what I mean? When you're talking about a young kid, that it's like, hey, no, you did. Right, we got back to back, and we want you for the rest of the series to be able to stand on your head type talk. And so I agree with you guys on that end of it. And listen, we've seen him come back from 3-1, deficits before back in the day. We've seen other teams come back from 3-1. It's doable now.
Yeah, it's one at a time now. That's all. One at a time. You know what I mean?
And when's their next one? When's their next one?
Tuesday.
And
up until today, they hadn't lost consecutive games. Tommy, to your point at the very beginning, right? They're the most resilient team up until today, right? Today was the first time since January they lost consecutive games. So you think that they normally respond in that situation, and they just, hey, New York is playing very good on both ends of the ice. The Islanders are playing a very suffocating defense. They're waiting for you to make turnovers, and we are. And then they're pouncing. So they're going to bounce back. I feel same thing as you. It's gonna go 7, but we got to deal with Game 5 first. That's it.
No, yeah, I mean, you got to take care of it.
I mean, I don't know. I love that your guys' confidence of it going 7.
What up, Yusef?
I don't see it going 7. I said 7 last week. Set Flyers in 7. I'd be shocked if it even goes 7 now. They're just stronger on the puck than us. We look weak on the puck. We've been outplayed. Pretty much the whole playoffs we've been outplayed. We're outplayed by Montreal. And this series, it's catching up to us finally. And they just completely outplayed us. Besides for maybe, like I said, maybe an 8-minute stretch today in the second period, we've been outplayed. And the 3-goal first period, in Game 2, we've been outplayed the whole series.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right.
No, yeah, and there's exactly. So, is there a fight here? I believe there is. Is there enough talent to really get to where we wanted to get to this year? I think they're still a little short in some spots.
We're a little young.
But I feel like we've got this roster so much better than it just was last year. So, that's big time. And you're right. There's a lot of young, growing puppies here. And remember a guy that we hope to get back next year, Nolan Patrick, didn't even play.
Yeah, absolutely. And
Oscar's
Morgan
a good hockey player. Oscar's a good hockey player. Morgan Frost, yeah. So, I mean, there's talent in the pipeline here. I'm excited about the future. And listen, you know why you can't be down on the Flyers? Because the guy between the pipes that we're going to have for the next how many years, right? And Carter Hart.
Hopefully a whole lot.
That's why there's hope. There's hope not
Absolutely.
for this year. There's hope for next year, the year after. So I'm excited about the future of this hockey team, regardless on how this series ends. But I'm telling you right now, put your mortgage on a winning Game 5.
I mean,
Does it go 7? I don't know, but put a mortgage on a winning Game 5.
I do think that we will win the next game. I will say that. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, who knows how this is going to shake out and finish, what I mean? But you got a great head coach, you got a great young goaltender, you got a lot of young players. And like you guys said, there's probably maybe a lot of diehards or people that maybe are just, orange with the orange glasses on that thought, that this was going to happen in the beginning of the season. But I got news for you. A lot of us were very surprised how this season shook out. You know what I mean? Like they didn't expect them to be as good as they were. I don't know. That's just me. And I couldn't tell you what a blue line and a red line is. I get it, you know what I mean? But I didn't think they were going to be this good. You know what I mean? And then
they're definitely ahead of schedule.
They got hot. Yeah, exactly. I thought they arrived a year early, and it was awesome. And it made for. Obviously everything got shut down, but then
and naturally because of that, the expectations change, right? You know what I mean? When you're right, in reality, they're probably a year ahead of schedule, but then you come out and you play as well as you did up until the shutdown.
You get the one
out and then you come out and get the 1 seed, and everyone's like, "Let's
go!"
Yeah, for sure. And like we all know, it's a different game in the playoffs hockey. Playoff hockey is a different game. It's more physical, less whistles. And we are we are pretty young. We are.
Mm-hmm.
Especially on the back end. And though we played really good defense, we've just turned the puck over too much in this series. Really, turn the puck over, and and not being able to get out of the neutral zone. Really, they've dominated offensively.
Yeah.
Well,
So-
there's a lot of panic with the puck, I've noticed. And with us, I feel like a lot of panic with the puck. And, Greg, we talked about it before when we come on, we were watching it. Like, sometimes just too cute with the puck as well. And just little stuff like that. I mean, stuff that I think could be addressed. But at the end of the day, if you're not winning loose battles and you're not beating guys at pucks, you're uphill sledding in a whole series. You got to get lucky to win games.
Dude, that's it. Huge point. I was just going to say, his talent is, in every sport there's a combination of talent and luck, you know what I mean? And just like, and they just, they're not that they're, completely unlucky, but, it doesn't feel like they're getting any of the bounces of the puck. That guy, it's a 2-1 game. The defender gets caught peeking in, hits off the guy's skate. The guy kicks it to his buddy and sends it into a 2-on-1 run out to seal it in all essence, even though there was time.
And Provorov misses both passes.
Yeah. It was, to make it 3-1. 3-1, and you're like, what just happened? You know what I mean? It was in our end. It was in our end, and then they got
so quickly.
They're gonna run out like that. Yeah, it was crazy. So,
and then like how many goals squeak through our pads? You know what I mean? And then like every time that we get the chip in, we hit their pads or we hit the post. It's just not going our way right now. But a lot of that though is our being back and not being aggressive, right? We're playing back. We're not causing those things to happen.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because we're playing passive, not aggressive.
Absolutely, Greg. Absolutely. Nail on the head right there. That's usually the team that's more aggressive is going to have things go their way. That's kind of how it goes. Tomorrow or whatever it is, 2 days from now when they play, to me, I think they're going to win. I'm not going to be upset if they lose. If they play hard. I just want to see them come out and play like they did the second half of the second period today, where they were taking it to, granted they only scored 1 goal and Grace made some really good stops, but just taking it to them and being aggressive and being hungry is what I want to see. If they play like that, then if they lose, I can accept it. I won't be upset.
Well, listen, I mean, Chris Kelly says Flyer needs some speed. They could use a legit sniper. They're faster than they were.
They need goal scoring.
They're faster than they were. Absolutely, they're faster than they were. But they do need that sniper. They do need that guy that can get you to the 40, 50 piece. Right? You know what I mean? They've been missing that for a good time now. And
since Jeff Carter left.
Could that guy be coming? Yeah, I think that guy's on his way. You know what I mean? We'll say that here right now. I think that guy's on his way to
you'd have to think
guys.
I don't even like Jeff Carter, but he can score.
Morgan Frost is on this team next year. I'm not saying he's that sniper, but he's going to put the puck in the net. Obviously, we hope Nolan Patrick comes back. He can put the puck in the net. Again, not these high volume guys, but again, you start to, as we talk about baseball with the lineups, right? You start to roll a couple lines deep, as we saw when they were playing great. They were getting production from every line. That's obviously disappeared right now. And that's the biggest one right there.
Yeah, after the restart, I mean, their fourth line was playing outstanding in those three seeding games. You know what I mean? So I hear you. And to Tommy's point, this will be the last thing I'll say about hockey is, you're not that you're wrong. It's just to me that's tough to remove the C. You know what I mean? It's not saying it's right or wrong. It's just that creates there you get a morale thing, a locker room thing again. It's just that's a little tough right there. I'm not saying right or wrong or shouldn't happen. It becomes a slippery slope. You know what I mean? So you just hope at some point, he plays better and figures it out. You know what I mean? I don't know. And like you said, it doesn't have to be your best player, but if it's not, then you got to be a tremendous leader. Where guys will run through fucking hell in a gasoline suit for you. You know what I mean? And I don't know either way. If he is that guy, I have no idea. I'm just saying.
Yeah, I don't think he is. Sweet.
You know what? If you're deserving to wear the C, then to me you should be able to handle not wearing it, because you would hope that guy has the leader capabilities right in him to be able to accept it. Now it's definitely a slippery slope. It's easier said than done.
Especially if he's still on the team. I hear what you're saying.
No,
you got to take the C from him. He's still going to be on the team. That's a little tough.
Yeah, of course. That's I agree with that. That's not easy. That's not easy to do at all. It's easy to sit here for me and say it. Yeah, felt good. You know what I mean? felt delicious. But I don't got to make that call. I can just yell about it. Which is even better. You know what I mean? Like, so I agree. Like, that's tough to do for a guy who's been here forever, his whole career, and now we're ripping C's off. You know how hockey guys are. I mean,
Yeah.
gloves are probably being dropped, I would assume.
I
Poppy,
would hope so. I'd hope he'd fight for the C.
what up, Pop? Says,
What up,
Pop?
where's Giroux? Nobody knows. Don
Yeah.
says,
On a milk carton.
goddamn Jamal Murray at 50 again. Yeah, he wants his girl in the bubble. He knows what he's doing.
Jamal is balling. He looks. First off, if you watch the highlights from today, because I didn't watch the game, but he was stroking today.
Yeah.
Step back threes in abundance.
Yeah, he had guys in blenders. He was.
I like that Jamal Murray.
For all of us baseball junkies here, right? John Morrissey just tweeted out, I expect tomorrow to be frenetic, intense, and full of compelling MLB trades. Feels like we're about to have a typical chaotic trade deadline. I smiled typing those words. So
Good.
He used some weird words that I'm not a fan of, but that's fine.
Right?
Like some stuff that I would unfollow. Like unfollow. He used a couple big words that I would unfollow over. But go ahead. Sorry.
No, I was just saying, don't get fooled and don't follow the fake bow tie account tomorrow.
They'll have us getting Trout and Rendon for freaking Moniak and Haley. You know what I mean? Like, I can't.
That's it.
Can't follow them guys. Bill Middlebrook in the house. What's up, Bill?
What up, Bill?
Bill.
He says power play has killed us. Yeah, I mean, Chris mentioned
I think they're 1 for
2 for 46. Chris said. I don't know if that's right.
My
That's right,
Lord.
That's right.
Just hearing that makes you like,
that might be
your
for the whole
stomach
playoff.
turn. 2 for
I think
46.
I think we're only one for something this year.
Yeah, it's not this series. It's the whole restart probably since they came back. You know?
Either way, it's the
absolutely. Yeah.
Future.
Before we stopped counting, it was like 3 for 17. So I can, I thought they had at least 3. So I don't know where the 2 came from, but who the hell knows?
As Flyers are always aggressive in the offseason. I mean, they're known to mix it up when needed. Chris says, he's here. He's based off of tenure. He keeps it saying, I completely agree with you guys saying that. Absolutely. Spidey comes in and says, we going after Trout?
Hey!
Don't think he's available.
Chris says, I'm sure Bob Nightingale will have an outrageous prediction tomorrow. Yep, these guys love this. Their time.
Nightingale's good. Nightingale's good for a few of them.
It's also good when you use a tweet of his and he's like, that was mine. Okay, that's why your name's on there. Get a quote. I'll never follow your information again.
That's amazing. Did that happen?
Yeah.
That's spectacular.
Yup. Happened on Twitter.
I would have said, hey Bob, did you notice your name right fucking there?
Yeah. I circled it and sent it back to him. That's not you? Who's that? Yeah, that's what I said. I circled and said, it's not you. Who's this guy? Do you know this guy?
Just red pen it real quick.
Yeah, like same name. You can just mark it up on the photo. Like I just marked it up on my phone, circled and said, "You know this guy? Same name as you? That's crazy."
Is this your brother?
Kiss my ass,
Relative,
Mr. Nightingale. Kiss my ass. You're that sensitive. I won't follow another word you say. Right, I hope you're wrong all the time.
I'll tell you what. Just by his
name, remove the blue check. Get the blue check off his name. Get it off.
Just by his name, he sounds sensitive. Nightingale.
Oh, yeah,
sounds like a sensitive type.
He's a 2024. You know what I mean? We're not even there yet. He's like, the 2020 years. He's beyond that. He's a 2024 in the future. Future sensitivity. Yeah, that's sensitivity.
Nickname Florence. Hey, Florence.
What up, Flo?
Oh, Prism taking jabs at your son. 2 for 46 sounds like a Reese Hoskins line.
Not recently.
Oh, got him again.
Man,
God, kid's hot right now. This ain't the time to be talking shit. Where were you last week?
we are big fans of Legler, but he's tough on. He's looking.
What happened? What happened to Legs?
Legs? Did he stay in the tanning booth too long? I mean, he looks like an overdone hot dog.
I don't know if he got too much sun.
That's a perfectly safe food to eat. Yeah. It reminds me of that Seinfeld in the movie theater. He's like,
what's going on?
That's an 80-year-old hot dog.
Look at him. I mean, look at him. He's all red. It's like he either lays outside all day and then tries to cover it up with makeup. He looks like a clown. He looks like a clown. Like he looks like a clown. Like all the redness. It's like clownish. Like, is that a red nose?
Legs, love your input. We got one question. What happened right here. What happened? What happened? I remember what you looked like before the pandemic. Did you get COVID? What's going on?
It's like Bradley Cooper from the movie A-Team, where Liam Neeson steals him from the tanning bed.
Yeah.
I guess I was the only one who saw that movie. Cool.
Yeah. Yeah. Probably wouldn't have told people I saw it, but that's fine.
I let you have that moment, Greg. I was just letting you have that moment.
Rampage Jackson. All right, I got you.
Had it, right? Either Nightingale or Heyman's already had us blocked for a long time. So going back like 4 years.
Seems like a quality move. Seems like a grown-up move to do.
Yeah. They might both have may blocked us, but one definitely did. It might have been Nightingale or Heyman. One of them definitely did. Blocked for sure. Tristan says, questions for you four guys. Who do you want for the next Sixers head coach? This is going to be our Sixers news, so we can run through it quick on who you guys want. You guys can go first. Whoever wants to start it off.
I mean, I said last week who I want, and I still want Jay Wright.
Jason Kidd, Sam Cassell, either one of those two guys. I guess I cheated. I said two names, but I like Jay Kidd.
Greg?
I like Jay Kidd, Nate McMullen, Jay Wright.
I mean, I like all the names you said, so I'll just give you a different one and give you a reason why I like him maybe more than the other ones. I'll go with Tyrone Lue.
Oh my God! I was just going to say anybody but Tyrone Lue. I can't believe you went there.
Well, no, I mean, you guys said all the other names, so I mean, this is the difference of going last. I'll tell you. I'll tell you why.
Lou us?
If we
did you just go step over? You just stepped over us?
I'll try to tell you why if you got the time to listen for once.
I don't.
I know you don't. So I mean, it's advantage going last. So I'll still back it up with a good argument that you probably can't have for your guy at the NBA level.
LeBron's not on the team, so your argument's diffused.
Okay, but Hold on, Wells. Okay, LeBron on the team or not on the team? This team was down 3-1 to a loaded basketball team.
Yeah, LeBron had his hand up behind Lou's ass and was using him like a puppet and coaching the team.
I'll tell you one thing though that I think we all heard, and if it's true, when he told LeBron F you, I got it on a play or something, on a play call or something in a huddle. And
I like that, yeah.
If that's the case, I want him immediately then. If you told him F you about like him having too much input about something. But I'm just making a case that none of the other guys have won either. So, I mean, is that my number one choice? No. I mean, my number one choice, I said, was Sam Cassell last week. I still stick with Sammy. I think Sammy would be great here. I love Jason Kidd, like Sweep said, but all the names were thrown out there. So I'll go with a hot name that is literally legitimately in the conversation. And he has won. He's been to the postseason. He's been around the biggest superstar there is. So if you can deal with that ego and still win, you can win somewhere else too. In my opinion, you know what I mean? Like if you can win with the biggest ego in sports, so Spoelstra gets a free pass for winning with LeBron and all them guys. No, we give him a ton of credit. So
he did it after they left. He's done it for his whole time he's been there.
I'm saying win. He never won a championship without him. He never went back to a finals without LeBron. You know what I mean?
I'm just talking about winning. I mean, it's not easy to, we know how the NBA is. You know what I mean?
This guy won in his chance to be a head coach. He won games. So I understand he coached LeBron, but I'm trying to make the point that if he coached the best in the league and the biggest person, not personality, but, I mean, the biggest name in sports, essentially, the most covered name.
I'll tell you this.
I know, but that guy's still playing for you. Like, I don't know. I mean, like you said, maybe he managed it. I have no idea. But at the end of the day, that guy's still playing for you and doing everything on the court. I mean, like he's single-handedly winning games.
I will give you this though, Tom. That the last year that he was their coach, which was LeBron's last year in Cleveland, right? They were pretty bad. Like halfway through the season, they pretty much revamped the whole team, and he got them playing better and got them to the finals again. So I'll give him that. We're still talking about the guy that Iverson's stepped over.
And that's hard to swallow.
As soon as they hire him, it's the first thing they're going to fucking talk about.
Listen,
that's going to be awkward. That's going to be awkward when they play that montage every other game when Allen's in the building.
Yeah, it's hard to swallow. If you just want to go off of who's been around egos the most and who's won with egos, I mean, that's the guy at the NBA level who's done it. Now, I love Jay Wright. Jason Kidd. I do like. I mean, there's knocks on his offense a little bit too. Milwaukee. Giannis got better. Sorry, after he left, his game went up, just his growth. You know what I mean? So that hurts Kidd in the conversation there. But their offense shot the 3-ball more. Just little things like that I've read up on about Jason Kidd. But I do love that. I do love Kidd. Now, Cassell's not any head coaching experience, so it's hard to judge it. Besides, I just like the name a ton. You know what I mean? Just running through them all. Jay Wright, obviously love the name. Can you back up enough Brinks to get him? I don't know, but I'm down to back him, right? And Greg, who did you say you had? You just
Nate McMillan.
Nick McMillan, another guy who just wins games. Tough team. Team's always tough, always fights. Love Nate McMillan. So I mean, to be honest with you, I think there's a lot of good candidates out there right now that are in the running for our job that I like. Now, Lou would be my last guy out of them names. Fair? I just brought him up because I knew, that's a name that's early in consideration for the job, like the rest of them. So, just circling him around, like he would probably be. I don't know if he'd be my last. He'd probably be my fourth, right? Where he went here. He'd probably be like my fourth guy because I do like other guys better. But if I'm trying to make a case for him, I can accept that case and be like, okay, guy who's handle personalities, guy who runs plays, guy who I think's smart, former player, which was important in my category, unless you were Jay Wright, former player, unless you're Jay Wright, former player, unless you're Jay Wright. So he fits my fits another box, and then all these guys do, which is why I love. I wanted a former player, and it feels like we're going to get a former player. Now, who do you guys think the realistic guy is? Right? Is there one guy? Because him and Kidd have been getting most of the.
It sounds like Lou's the primary candidate, which is, like I said, it's a Elton Brand move. So, right up his alley. There's what it is. Par for the fucking course, boys.
Rome says Sam Cassell. I love Sammy.
What up, bro?
Yeah.
But yeah,
I want Jay Wright. I like Jay Wright. I think if you pay Jay Wright, you get Jay Wright. That's how I feel about it. And I'm also talking two birds here because I'm a Syracuse fan. I don't like Villanova, and I'm tired of them winning games.
All right.
Listen, Rome, I get he's a popular name. That's why I brought his name up, because he's literally probably the lead candidate or the second lead candidate for the job. It's either him or Kidd right now from everything that we've heard. They're the two big names floating around. Both said they want to coach here. So when you sort of, when guys are coming out saying, yeah, I want to coach there. Granted, people love head coach.
I was gonna say, when they're sitting on their fucking house, they've been sitting in their house with their wife for the last 8 months, and they're like, yo, would you pay $4 million to coach the Sixers? Hell yeah, I'd love to coach there.
They're both coaching. They're both coaching.
Are they? I don't even know.
No, I mean,
where's Lou at right now?
What staff is he on? Is he on the Clippers?
Yeah, I think so.
Are they all on the Clippers?
No, Kids with the Lakers.
Kids with the Lakers.
So, I mean, they're both with personalities again. So, just in a different role, a lower role, but, both guys staying in. I know, Ted, I know you say McMillan blows, but, like, what major town is he out at there?
He just kind of got a raw deal in Indiana, too.
Yeah.
I mean, their two best players pretty much out, and they get swept and he gets fired. It kind of sucks.
But they always play hard. So, like, even in Portland, when he was with Portland, the same thing. They played hard. They were hard outs in the playoffs. And you're right. This one was tough. Bubble. No Sabonis. Oladipo's coming back from an injury. You didn't know going into it whether he was going to play or not. You know what I mean? So and they weren't playing well with him. And but his teams play hard. The reason why we all hate, or at least I hated playing Indiana in the playoffs, is because you knew those teams are going to play hard. They're going to play defense. They're going to play the right game.
I think that's what
always gave us fits.
I just feel like I hate playing anybody.
Everybody gives us trouble. I'll play the Nets. Are the Nets available?
Like, that's the toughest thing again. Like, look at that head coach. He really gets the best out of his players. Like, every team we played. So, like, when I'm saying these names and people, I get it. Oh, Lou stinks. Lou this. At this point, I need a new voice. So if that's your guy, Alan, you better get it right. It's not my job on the line. So you better get it right, because this is Alan's biggest move to date. This move is going to define if he stays on as 6
or he's gone in 2 years.
Gone. Yeah, this is the move. So you better choose wisely. And I think there's a lot of good names on that list. They all fit the criteria I think we're all looking for. They're all hard-nosed. They're former players. They're tough. Outside of Jay Wright, still fits all the other criteria. You know what I mean? Gets the most out of guys, develops guys. Things that I think could be an advantage here that we weren't getting. And guys who call plays. You know what I mean? That we've seen call plays against us. So that's also fun. So I'm just excited there's a new voice in town. I'm excited about going in a different direction. I'm excited about, maybe this is a guy, whoever it is, that can bring these stars to play all 82, essentially, you know what I mean? And win in the postseason together and figure out how to, whatever, if it's building the confidence of Ben to shoot the ball 15 feet, right? Just a little bit, or if it's, just whatever the case may be. Does Horford stink or is it Brett Brown? Like, I need to know that quickly. Like, as fast as we can know that, please. Like, if we don't trade him, like, fast. I need to know, like, who's that really on? I feel like it's on the player, but then I also can see the blame of the coach there, too, of not utilizing the guy right. So I get that side of it, too. Same thing, Tobias Harris. Like, I feel like you've scored 25 a game everywhere you're at, even though you're at a million places. And then it's like, you can't score here. Like, is that on Brett, or are you just not good enough? I think you is just not good enough, right? To be like that second guy ever, right? Ben not shooting. Is that Brett, or is it Ben? Is it coddling, right? So what is it? I need to know. So I want to bring in the least coddling guy possible. So who's going to get up and shit? Like, but that's what I'm looking for. And I think these names are all good names about getting up in a little bit, but still being great.
The other side of that, though, is you kept naming things, and not all of them are going to be on the player. You know what I mean? Like, you want to say Al's old, okay. You want to say Toby stinks, but not when you start stacking them. That kind of goes to why we are where we at, right? You know what I mean? Like, this is why we got rid of Brett, because one thing, like, if it's just Al, you could say, okay, maybe Al just got old real quick. Kind of like Cliff Lee, kind of like Doc, where they just kind of like lost it, right? All right. Or if it was just Toby declining, all right, we could buy into the system. If Ben never shot, but when it's all of them and you start stacking things up, you're like, all right, this is why we are where we are.
No, you're right. Crumbs says Lou would be the head coach. Chauncey wants to be his assistant. Then that makes me like that a little better, right? That makes me like, okay, Chauncey and Lou. I could. That's two. Now we're getting double dip. You know what I mean? Now we're getting the double dip.
Like we said earlier, he walks around with a hole in his back. So I mean, the more guys you bring in, the more puppet control.
Well, we're big fans of puppets. So, Ralph, stop commenting stupid shit as A2 Day. Like this, okay? Done. Get out of here. I love your comments. I love your engagement. Shut the hell up. Do it as your own.
That's Ralph.
He's got stuff to do.
The answer to that question is no, it's not.
Ralph's still up. Ralph's got stuff to do tomorrow. What's he doing up? What are you doing up?
I said, did Reger really get hurt or really get injured trying to tackle somebody? I don't know how he got hurt.
Yes.
No, that's exactly how. After Jalen Hurts threw a pick.
Jalen Hurts, interception.
You see how that pick comes around and bites you? And there's any other guy you pick outside of a quarterback, guess what happens? That pick never happens. It never.
Apparently he threw a 98-yard TD today, and everybody was talking about
with
that.
No defense. No defense.
And then people were like, "Yeah, how about the interception he threw?" And then Reger got hurt tackling the guy.
Yeah, but the touchdown was with no defense. Literally,
tough one.
He said he threw it on the money. Yeah, me too. You know what I mean?
Hashtag me too.
Me too.
Jalen got me too.
Hashtag zip.
Oh,
Tommy's a Thanksgiving Day legend. You can make that throw.
Not a legend at all, but if there's no defense, I'm probably making a good throw. You know what I mean? Where some guy's gonna be like, man, it's a quarterback.
He's like Matt Ryan. He plays great every other year. I'm not sure which year this is. This might be the good year coming up.
Can make half the throws in the tree.
Well, one guy, like if
33% of the throws in the tree, he's money on.
If I make one slant for 99 yards, if I throw a slant, like a little 10-yard piece, somebody in the organization is going to be like, I told you, QB factory. You know what I mean? That's what he's going to say. You know what I mean? Because that's how moronic they are, too. You know what I mean?
Well, I can give you a guess.
What's he, 37?
I'll give you 3 guesses who posted about that today.
Posted about what?
I guarantee I know. About the
What?
touchdown pass?
Yep.
Oh,
Chris Coleman.
Yep. Only took 1 guess. Look at you guys. Oh my God, he was barking up a tree. He didn't have no idea. Had no idea it was a skeleton crew.
That's actually a great idea, doing a little live fantasy draft special. We usually do an A2D league, so maybe it's something we can do live. That's a great idea. Look at you, look at the fan, bring an idea.
Yeah.
I like it.
We could have 10 guys on the panel, so perfect.
I drafted my first team today, actually during the chip, but I didn't draft it because it was 2 keepers. So I already had like Lamar and Michael Thomas. I've already felt like I was in a good spot. So it started right before. So I had maybe 10 minutes, and I was able to make 2 picks before Auto's coming on. She's coming in to take the reins from me. And so I was able to get Joe Mixon and Juju. And then I was like, okay, just take it from here.
I like Juju this year.
And I got Melvin Gordon too.
Ben's
Ben's back. He'll throw to Juju a lot.
Yeah, love me some Juju.
Felt good. Now I don't even know the rest of the roster now, but I do know them first 5 guys, and I think that's
haven't even checked it yet. Look at you. Right into fucking game mode, getting ready for the show. Didn't even check his fantasy roster. This is why the guy's top notch.
Nice thing you've ever said.
It's unreal.
Ray, just for funsies, Ray's 18-3 in the last 21.
Just for funsies.
All they do is win. It's just the Rays are just an amazing
Tampa, dude. They're good.
They really are
good. They are good. I love their ball club right now. I really do. I think they actually have good relief pitching, which is there's like 4 teams in the league that have good relief pitching. They're one of them. I like some of their starters, and I really like their offense, mainly because Pittsburgh's retarded. I shouldn't use that word. Pittsburgh's morons.
2020.
I have an aunt with Downs. She lets me use it.
Grow up. I got to piss.
I really do have an aunt with Downs.
I'm not saying you don't. I'm just telling you to grow up. I got to piss.
But so like Austin Meadows, obviously the Pittsburgh made a terrible trade to the Rays and giving them Austin Meadows and Tyler Glass now. And it's obviously worked in the Rays' favor. Austin Meadows is a stud. Brandon Lowe's a stud. They get some young guys coming up hitting the ball. This dude Sutsugo, which he's got a spectacular name. I think it's like Yogi Sutsudo, which is a crazy name. But dude's hitting the ball. Always like Zanino. Kiermaier plays a great outfield, and Hunter Renfroe runs into him. So
they get the most out of everybody every year. It's incredible. Yep. It really is.
Yep.
Yeah. You know what I mean? And they don't. Like I said, people judge things in championships, and I get that. You know what I mean? I gotta, but for a small market, and whatever Joe Madden started there, it stayed, and it just it starts at the top, and like you were saying last week, Will's about the Celtics, just a great organizations. I mean, they don't have anything to show for it right now, but year in and year out, the Rays are there, man, fun with a little tiny payroll. Yeah, in the AL East, and a little tiny.
Usually the toughest division.
Yeah, little tiny payroll. It's just incredible. It really is.
They're damn good. And guess what? With the Yankees struggling like they are, I wouldn't be shocked if the Rays win that division.
Yeah. No, absolutely.
They're damn good.
Yeah, they are.
And with this short season, you go on a run like this, you separate yourselves. Just like in the same thing, you go on a losing streak like the Phillies did. Now you're playing uphill to where you have to go and win 5 out of 6, or you know what I mean. You have to go on these streaks because you lose 8 in a row or you lose 5 in a row.
Sorry,
you're right though. It was good to see. Who do we have coming up, by the way?
DB, that's a great comment. Oh, the Rays are used to playing with no crowd.
Very true.
That's tremendous.
That's also why Miami started hot. Now they're like fizzling out.
But they are.
They also are used to playing with no crowd.
Yeah.
So we got the Nats coming up.
Okay. At home, right? We just played in Washington.
Yeah.
I'm back. And what we got the Nats coming up. And we missed. Did we miss any of these guys?
I'm pulling up the starters right now.
Well, Scherzer just pitched.
And Strasburg's got carpal tunnel.
He's out. Strasburg's out. Scherzer just pitched yesterday, so we should miss him.
Tomorrow is Spencer Fetty. And then you got Nola, Corbin, and Wheeler Scherzer. And then Eflin,
Oh.
and is that Anibal Sanchez?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we do see Scherzer. That's great.
Yeah.
That's all right. Hey, listen.
But it's Wheeler.
They're
That's who you want. If you want one of your two guys against Scherzer, and you're getting one of your two guys, right?
Yeah, and the Nats are struggling right now. So you want to put your foot on their throat and take them out. Obviously, they can still hit the ball. They got some guys that can swing the bat. I think Trey Turner's hot right now. Juan Soto's crushing the baseball. But
Good news.
They can't pitch.
Good news. We do not play the Braves again unless we make up that one game that we missed.
We're done with the Braves?
Wow.
We're done with the Braves.
Wait, we're done with them? I thought we played them like a bunch more.
No, we played them all already.
No way.
We've already played them 12
played?
times, I think, right?
Did we?
We played them 6 times. Nah, 10 times.
10 times. 10
We
times.
played them 10 times.
So, yeah, 10 times 4 is 40, and then 20 in the AL East. Yeah, I got you.
Wow, really? We played them that many times already?
Hey,
Okay.
we're cool with that.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah, we go with that.
Except for if you're, unless you need to catch them. But like you said, with the new format, you only got to be second. You know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's not the end. It's not the end of the world. In a normal year, you wouldn't want that. Even though you'd say, at least we're done with them. You would like that last series if you had a chance
in
to
case
make
you were
something
2
up.
games down or something, you can sweep them and get in. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
You don't have to count on them losing. I got you.
Yeah.
Now, the bad news of that is we have 7 coming up with the Marlins in a couple of weeks. So we're going 0 for 7 in that time.
No, calm down. This is time for us to start putting our foot in the Marlins' throat.
All in Miami, too. 7 in a row.
Yeah, that's when we play 7 in 5 days, right?
Yeah, but we've never,
10, 11, yep, 7 in 5 days.
7 in 5 days because there's 2 doubleheaders in there.
A doubleheader Friday and a doubleheader Sunday.
That's
it's
fucking
easier
awesome.
said than done. It's easier said than done against a team like that. Like, I would love to say, like, hey, let's go put our foot on their throats. Like, that sounds great. But this is a team that put their foot on our throats for a while.
I know, but they've been taking on some water.
I don't care about their water. They've taken on water for years, Wills. Okay, they're flooding in fucking Miami. What are you talking about?
I'm gonna say they were hot. They were hot early though. They were.
I don't care. They find ways to get hot versus us. We spark them to go win like 7 in a row. So I cannot go to Miami thinking, oh yeah, here we go, Cupcake City. I gotta go down treating them like the Braves right now.
Well, yeah, I would hope that we're treating every game big.
I'm not saying them. I'm saying how I gotta take it. I can't stop looking over them. I can't stop thinking Miami. Miami. Yeah, here we go. We're
Welcome to Miami.
Yeah.
Benvenido, Ami. Party in the city with the heat is on. I think we do this every week. By the way,
the Continental might be open by that time.
If you don't, hey Wills, if they don't like it, turn the volume down.
Fucking A. You see Big Jimbo Kenny out in Maryland eating in a restaurant. Come on, Jim. You can't get pictured in a restaurant if you don't let anybody eat in Philly. What are you doing? Unreal. Unreal.
Dumb.
By the way, if I was on vacation, I would be going to a restaurant every night.
Crumbs says, guys, how big of a joke is it that the NFL isn't policing fan policies? The competitive balance with home field is lost by not uniformly shutting down fan attendance across the board. Yeah, I mean, Sweep said this the other day about the NCAA, and, I'll piggyback it. The NFL, how are they not all doing the same thing? Whatever that same thing is, that's their decision, right? But how are they not all doing the same thing? Like, we'll talk about that in a little bit, Chrome. We're coming right up.
The places are so big that if you can do it safely, I don't see why you can't have 25 to 30% attendance. I don't see why you can't.
I mean,
There's
outside
1,000 people in fucking Home Depot. Why can't you have?
No.
I don't get it.
Nobody's disagreeing with you, Wills, but there's some that are saying no.
No,
so
yeah.
If you go to Miami, there's going to be 19 in Miami. Not saying it's going to help them, but there will be 19 in Miami, and all of a sudden you come to Philly and there's fucking goose egg,
Yeah, I hear you. That's kind of unfair.
I'm not saying you shouldn't have it. I'm just saying it should be
competitive balance. I feel like is a thing there.
Yeah, something should be uniform. Whether you're on one side or not, just make it uniform. You know what I mean?
Why can't you just make it 30% throughout the league? I feel like I don't see why they couldn't have
take the competitive balance out of it for a second. Just the fact that they're not all on the same page amazes me. Right? Mm-hmm. That's amazing to me that each team can make their own the decision. But all I'm going to say is, and I think the panel will agree on this is, outside the different story than inside. Absolutely, 100% agree with that. Feel that as being real and better and definitely a safer environment for people, right? But at the end of the day, how does it go in the parking lots? So the inside's one thing. They can control inside. They can space it out the way they want to. But how does it go down beforehand? As I think what's probably holding up some cities. You know what I mean? On how they work that out. But I think it should be uniform. Whatever decision they make, I don't even want to talk about it anymore. Whatever decision they make.
I mean, you can't. How are you going to police the parking lot, though? You know what I mean? Like it's the same way. It's the same way anywhere. There's people doing shit all over the place. No one's paying attention to this. There's people out all over the place, down the shore, at bars. They're all over the place. So to me, when you're inside, wear your mask. You know, if you're that nervous, don't go. And if you want to go, I think it should be about 30%, 33%. I don't know how you would decipher that, but that's what I would think.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. DB says the fake crowd noise might be louder in some stadiums. Ted FX says, have I given my thoughts on Yannick and trade to Minnesota? I mean, that's a great deal for Minnesota. That's my thoughts on it. Now we weren't in the business now for a defense lineman. We were actually in the business for the other side of the line. Now we shifted quick. Now you would ask me 2 weeks ago, or you asked me for even Brooks went down. You know what I mean? Or even when after Brooks went down, I would have still told you, like, I'm in the business for him. Now we just can't afford him. So, I mean, that's what it comes down to. So, yeah, I mean, they make the trade for 1 year. They didn't give up a lot, obviously, to try to win, and good for them. But they might be able to bring him back. We weren't going to have that luxury. And that's because we missed on so many second-round picks. That's because we missed on so many first-round picks. I'm sick of it. You guys just want to get into the crumb of the day now? You just want to crumb of the day?
Let's go.
Hey, go ahead.
I'm going to shift right into it.
Jump on in. Fuck it.
It's Howie Roseman. It's Howie Roseman. I don't care what he's won. I don't care about the trophy he won with the players he didn't draft. You understand this? Do people understand this? Who had control of them drafts? Do people want to tell me he drafted Zach Ertz? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. He was in a closet then. Okay, he was crunching numbers. He didn't draft Zach Ertz. He didn't draft Lane Johnson. He didn't draft some of these guys that were big pieces of you win a Super Bowl. Now, let's go over the guys he had drafted.
He was next to Craig James Kidd in the electrical closet.
Yeah. Get that mop out of your ass, would you, Howie? That's for cleaning.
Sit and rotate, baby. And he did, like, to me, like, the misses right now. We don't know fully if Sidney Jones is a miss yet, but it doesn't look good, right? And good on the list. Like, we don't know about JJ yet, but what we saw doesn't look good, right? We look at Jalen Reagor. We were hoping to find out what he looks like. Banged up already. Not the start you wanted. Now I'm not giving up on the kid. Andre Dillard is a different story. I mean, now year 2, where you're supposed to be an impact guy, you're now injured. I mean, now I don't want to blame Howie Roseman for injuries, but I will blame him for production. And injuries is a part of it. It's your organization as a general manager. And if guys continue to have guys on your roster that were drafted by you constantly nicked up, some of that goes to you too. Some of it has to go to you. Like no team gets hurt as much as we do. Like literally, teams get hurt. There's never as much news on teams getting banged up like we do, though.
It's unreal, Tommy.
It's been outlandish, and I'm not just saying it.
It's like we sold our soul to win the fucking Super Bowl. We've just been getting hurt ever since. Even that year we got hurt, but ever since it's been crazy.
So like, I don't know what I'm gonna put a lot of these picks on him for their production. Like Derek Barnett, Derek Barnett's a top 15 pick, honey. Derek Barnett's got to be. He doesn't got to be Reggie White out of Tennessee, but he's got to be pretty. He's got to be good.
He's got to be an 8-sack a year guy, and he hasn't.
When you're top 15, you're double-digit guy. You're a double-digit guy.
I was trying to be nice and give him 8.
I hear you, and it was generous of you, right? But you're got to be a double-digit guy. You're right? One of the biggest guys. Fletcher Cox wasn't a Howie Roseman draft pick. Okay, Brandon Graham wasn't a Howie Roseman draft pick. So some people need to buy a clue on who he's picked. Now, has he done a great job of wheeling and dealing? Yes, that's where he's made his money at. But guess what? We're in cap financial hell coming up next year, where now it really relies on them picks. And if you constantly swing and miss at them, you're in the position you're in now that I don't know what this roster looks like next year. I don't know who I trust on this roster out of his picks. Think about him. Think about his picks. Andre Dillard pick, right? I mean, just go over them all.
There was a lot of talk about Dillard looking great in camp. Obviously, that doesn't matter.
Everybody looks great in camp. Everybody looks great in camp.
I'm just saying.
I mean, Jalen Hurts is throwing 990 TD passes with nobody on the field. So, I mean, it's delicious. Everybody looks good in camp. I'm so sick of ignore camps unless for injuries. Now, I've got to pay a lot of attention to our camp now because everybody gets hurt. So I don't know what this roster is. I don't know, but I know one thing. This head football coach, he'll walk you into 9 or 10 every year because of the toughness he built and the culture he built. But I don't know. Like after this year, there's some big time decisions.
It's just a lot. Yeah, I mean the injuries are the injuries are piling up, and I just wonder why wasn't the whistle blown today? You know what I mean? I understand it's football. I get it. I'm not trying to play 2-man touch. You know what I mean? But after a pick, can't we just blow the whistle? I mean, the season's coming up. Why is this guy trying?
We're
to
on the same team. What are we doing?
Why is this guy trying to make a tackle? You know what I mean? It wasn't like it was a inter squad. I mean, we were playing somebody else. We weren't practicing against somebody else. You know what I mean? Hurts got picked off. Blow the whistle. It's over. You know what I mean? I don't know.
No, I completely agree with you. I'm not trying to get anybody else hurt. Can we slow it down? I said go in a bubble for 2 weeks. I said just go do something. This. Let's just wait 15 days. Now it's 14, going on 13 tomorrow, and let's just go right in. Just shut her down. Shut her down because I can't take anybody else getting hurt, right? And it's constantly his picks. It's constantly his picks, so the guy's nicked up. Sidney Jones can't stay on the damn field. Now, listen, he made 2 good plays at the end of last year. Does it translate? I don't freaking know. It only translates if you're on the field. You know what I mean? It only translates if you're on the field. Derek Barnett, again, banged up, nicked up, not on the field. I mean, it just continues. Andre Dillard, crying in the closet last year with Howie, now lost for the year. So, I mean, J.J. Arcega-Whiteside, milk carton last year, okay? Jalen Reagor, we don't know. But I'll tell you one thing, and I'm going to yell from the rooftops, okay? That's got to be a 70-catch-a-year guy down the road. That's what that's got to be.
Oh, absolutely.
And then people, he looks like Julio Jones in practice. What are you talking about? Will you freaking shut up?
It's physically impossible for Jalen Reagor to look like.
He's 4 inches shorter for sure. Definitely 4 inches shorter.
One's a specimen, and it's no shot at Jalen. One's a specimen, and the other's a little guy. You want to tell me he looks like Steve Smith going up for balls?
He does go get balls, though. I like the Steve Smith comparison.
I have no problem comparing an A, B, C, or D, or saying I'm not out on the kid whatsoever. Right?
Steve Smith, tough as fucking nails.
Yeah, he was
bad dude.
All I'm saying is that this is another one. Now now you get your backfield's banged up. So instead of J.K. Dobbins or some of the other names you could add in the second, that went to a quarterback. So I mean, listen, it's a lot of questionable moves. He's part of my crumb, and the other part of my crumb was exactly what somebody said, because I never did the video on it like I meant to, was Jason Peters. Then sign. Whoa. So you signed the deal to be the right guard. Now you want more. It's fine, dude. Want whatever money you want. But now that they wanted to move you to left tackle, now you're asking for more money to play left tackle.
So much of a team guy you are.
Yeah,
that's all I got on it, man.
I understand that left tackles get a ton of money in the league. But to me, then I'm just gonna tell him listen, Jay, then you're gonna play guard. We'll go find another tackle.
Yeah.
Sorry, you're playing guard.
We'll put a cone there.
Well, they pretty much did. They put Matt.
No, we can't put a cone there. I tell you what, this fucking offensive line is now getting me nervous, because I thought we were gonna be so good. And now I'm like, this fucking O-line, dude, it's banged up bad. Just Carson taking hits and no holes for Miles, and I'm just my frustration. That's all I say.
Yep.
And that's my fantasy running back.
And we hear you.
And
we hear you, Chrome. I mean,
second round is a great pick.
We don't disagree with you, Chrome, but two of the 4 majors are outside, so that would make baseball and football different. Obviously baseball chose not to. The other 2 are inside, so they don't really have a choice. And yes, whether you like it or not saying you, football, the NFL is way above here. I got news for you. As far as popularity, gambling, fantasy football, you can put whatever you want. It's up here, and it's not even close. Yeah,
it's not close at all.
It's a kajillion dollars, whatever the fucking proper term is. Look it up. Wilson's a grammar guy. Kajillion-dollar industry. You understand? That's not even a word. I made it up. All right, and that's it.
Don't.
Trying to throw me under the bus.
No.
Professor Wilson over here doesn't care about made-up dollar figures.
It
was a compliment.
The only difference in the NBA and the NFL is the NBA is more globally, but that's it. I mean, in America, the NFL, trumps the NBA, but globally is where the NBA catches up. That's the only difference. globally.
Yeah, until
And
this
they're
year when
inside,
China
too.
said "fuck
Yeah.
you."
And they're inside. So I mean, I
No,
was
yeah. I was just talking about like
I just mean, just to answer his fan thing. You know what I mean? But like, you know what I mean? So that's
the
kind of
fucking
what it is.
stadiums are inside. Like the domes, then you got a question when you going 10%. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm not smart enough to get into this anymore. So
No, I don't. I'm just trying.
I'd say go 90 and fuck it.
Tommy's
I'm
just
done.
clear over here. Yusuf, yeah, it's a gigantic test. Chase Young might have 45 sacks in game 1. And we have no linebackers to Chris Kelly's point. Yep. And
I wonder if any were available at 21.
Like I listen. I love our right side of our line. We start talking about the left side, and I start getting. I don't know. I don't know.
I like Isaac, but I mean,
Hey, Billy, thanks for tuning in, bud.
See you, Billy.
thanks,
What up,
Bill.
Good night, Bill.
Let's get to the crumb. Get to your crumbs. Crumb it up.
Do you want
So
to go?
I'll go. I'm gonna give a little 3-star crumb.
Three.
We're going.
Oh, like a top.
Well,
okay,
Drew.
top 3.
Yeah, we're gonna do it. I'm going hockey, so we're gonna go over 3 stars, right?
I got you.
Get up.
Claude Giroux, Travis Konechny, and you can pick the 3rd-star James Van Riemsdyk, but he's irrelevant at this point. Both at the top 2 had 0 goals in the playoffs. We all know this. Couturier, Provorov
Same amount that we have.
1. and JVR has 0, but he's not really relevant. But these guys have to step up. We talked about it earlier. We talked about if we're going to be this team, we have to get production from our top guys. And the fact that 5 probably of our best players are without goals or 1 goal in 12 games in the playoffs is absolutely atrocious. And it's unacceptable. And then as a group, they are 4 for 43 on the power play. They have teams that are out already above them in power play percentage. 4 for 43 through 12 games.
Yeah, it's pretty terrible.
They don't need me playing still.
Yeah, right.
That's unreal. The only teams worse are Columbus and the Rangers, and they're both out.
We'll be there soon.
Yeah, we sure will.
Sorry, choking on a Skittle.
There's Skittles in there.
Fuel up, brother.
I needed a little bit right there.
Taste the rainbow.
It was hitting this wall. Wall hitting.
Hitting the wall. You got to break through.
Oh, I feel like I did. You know what I mean? I feel like I did.
Are those? Never mind. I'll stop.
Please do. Got a crumb, babe?
Who's going, babe?
You.
You. I knew you were going. That's why I wanted to say that.
Oh, good morning, honey. When that meme came in, which was phenomenal, and then I saw like 4 hours later, you're like, "Who are you, honey?" or something like.
Honey? Question mark. Shit.
Go ahead, rep somebody. Well,
I mean, I don't know.
1 million people.
Yeah, there's too many. I don't know.
Who's yelling there?
That's not
That's Glenn, I think.
Glenn Boy Slice.
He's getting a hole.
Glenbo.
I think he's watching
Glenn's still
golf.
up?
I think he's watching golf from earlier.
The replay?
Yeah, somebody get the replay.
It's definitely
Glenn,
golf from
64
earlier
putt?
because there was 2 monster putts in golf today.
That's
I
good.
literally heard him say, "Get in the hole." I
Glenn, Stark out. Hey, Glenn, it's Stark out.
Hey, already happened.
Glenn Wilson, crumb of the week. That's fantastic.
Unless he's getting it, unless he's messing around with, I mean, I don't want to say he's messing around with.
Glenn Wilson.
Yeah,
Would you relax over there? Jeez.
That's the only other option.
What the fuck is wrong with you over there?
Glenbo is fantastic.
That's the only other option.
Oh my God!
I definitely
Come the week, Tom Arnone.
I definitely wouldn't tell Glenn. I definitely wouldn't tell Glenn he was the crumb of the week. I mean, definitely email him. Maybe put a fucking post-it on the fridge or something.
Hey,
Definitely don't throw him.
I try not to talk to him ever, so I
The bad dude.
Oh.
Oh shit.
That's great. For me, it's probably the Mets. You know what I mean? Like, I don't want to throw Brady, whatever, the guy with 3 fucking names in there, whatever. You know, I don't really necessarily want to throw him in there. You know, the old another hot Mike has got a baseball guy. You know what I mean? So I don't mind him taking a little accountability. You know, it's just the Mets. They're just such a dumpster fire, and it's just typical Mets doing Mets things. You know what I mean? Like, you don't know the mic's on. It's incredible. And then Wilpon's got to come out and make sure that he smooches Manfred's fucking pecker and says, like, no, I said it. Like, don't clear the air. He crushed Manfred. Let him go. Let it go. You know what I mean? Because God knows that Manfred deserves every fucking crushing he gets because he's a fucking jackass. You know what I mean? So, but it's just, you know, the Mets are such a train wreck. It's so poetic.
I do love the train wreck that is the Mets. I thoroughly enjoy it.
We got them coming up soon too. So
I would think so. We haven't played them really much, right?
No,
we played them 3 times.
I think we have them next.
After the Nets, yeah, they're coming up.
Edwin has to look like Mo, like he did in Seattle. You know what I'm saying? Like, as soon as we go to this, how this works. You know, I got us win the division, and now I'm Uncle Negativity. We're losing 7 straight to tomorrow.
Jesus,
Edwin has going us down. Like, you know what I mean? That ended quickly. That little fun at the beginning of the show. You know, over an hour plus ago. But Tristan, you always get the HUD after dark. You know how it works here. You know what I mean?
One of a kind.
Sometimes Wilson's after dark at 10 a.m. But you know, pregame the Birds games. But
I didn't have any cocktails today, so a couple edibles, but no cocktails. So kids clear minded, clear mind, full heart, can't lose.
2 night games too. Look at you.
2 night games.
Two
I know.
games.
Well, I wanted to make sure I was here for this. You know, I don't want Tommy chastising me again.
He's been known to do that.
I can't blame him. I told you the reason he's top notch. Reason the guy's top notch. He knows where his bread's buttered. He wants him there. I get it.
Look at this. Oh, contract negotiation. Got to sign JT.
I'm feeling quite JT-ish. Yes, I am.
Oh, that's fantastic. Tom, you want to talk about that post you had today? That was fantastic. You know what I mean? Any news on that or anything more to elaborate?
Yeah, what's that all about? Want to share?
About the Eagles?
So what it exactly entails is, from talking to the guy again, is one person goes down. So it's gonna be like, I think it's gonna be 4 shows in October, and then we're gonna see how it goes from there. And then there's a guy who's already doing it for the ESPN affiliate there, and then, you know, we send one person down a week to do it. You know what I mean? To do the pregame as A2D with the other guy, and then the guy who owns a store where we're doing it out of. So it's like a little combo. And then we're going to be doing a bunch of shows
on the boardwalk.
Yeah, then we're going to be doing a bunch of shows from this guy's store. Us, like our group's going to be doing shows from there. So, you know, he already gave. We got to work out some details, but we have a place to stay at, or we can stay the night of the. You know, if we need to stay over, we can drive back. It doesn't really matter, but we have them options, which is cool. So it's a good relationship that, you know, we're building with him, and then obviously they get that kind of opportunity for us as a platform. You know, I know I'm tournament up in October, but you know, I'm going to make sure I get you know, a Sunday where I can head down and then, you know, fill in the other 3. You know what I'm saying? So that's exactly how we're going.
I like it.
That's great for everybody involved. You know what I mean? Fantastic. Good things.
Big things, boys. Listen, if you build it, they will come.
Keep moving forward, boys.
If you build it, they will come. And to me, this is just huge, bigger than anything. You know, it's about A2D. It's not about anybody else. It's not about ESPN. It's never going to be about anybody else. So it's always going to be about A2D for me. But the fact of the promotional side of it is right there, a no-brainer. You know what I mean? So right there is like, yeah, where do we sign up? How do we do it? okay, if I can't be there 4 times, so be it. You know what I mean? Like, I got other guys I trust a shit ton to be able to go talk it. You know what I mean? So it came down to that decision, which were some of the details I needed to figure out. And I think it can work that way just as well. So, I wasn't sure exactly how it was set up, if it was like the whole show going down, how exactly it was, because that wasn't like clarified to me at first. So when I put it out, that's why I said there's things I need to work out, because I don't know. I just know this offer is on the table and we got to figure out a way to take it. You know what I mean? It's not, it ain't about me going down 4 times. I don't give a shit. It's about this. To me, it's about this going down 4 times. So, if somewhere from this goes down 4 times and it's promoted and it's done the way we want it done, it circles back to this, baby. Because at the end of the day, no disrespect to any other affiliate, whatever shoulder, that's all we give a shit about, because it's going to take over every affiliate. So
love it.
Yeah, just don't pull Jay Timberlake. You know what I mean? Make sure NSYNC. Hey, NSYNC, keep us together here. NSYNC. You know what I mean?
Don't fatone us. Don't fatone us.
You going on tour? Hey, a solo tour. All right, that's fine. Just let me know.
Next thing you know, he's bringing Sexy back. God knows what the fuck we're doing, hoping for a reunion tour.
Oh shit!
Bumbo.
Who's on the graphics? Ralphie? Ralph, I thought you got to get up tomorrow. Did you relax on the graphics? That was fantastic. That was great.
Vegas just tied Vancouver for whoever's still with us and trying to watch it.
Yeah, I'm watching it.
I am. And I forgot
3-3.
3-3 piece.
Vegas had a ton of pressure right there before they got that goal. There was like 3
they were getting ready to go on the ice. They were getting ready to go on the power play too.
Yeah, there was like 3 broken sticks on the ice. Shit was wild.
Yeah.
All right, boys. Everybody do their crumbs?
Yeah, we're good, bro.
Yeah, I got too many to name. I'm going to keep on the back burner next week. I'm happy this week.
Let's wrap this up. I got Madden to play.
Go play Madden.
Uh-oh.
Look at this guy. Got it,
The new one, obviously.
Thanks, Prism.
I would assume.
Thanks, Prism.
The new Madden, Greg?
Yeah,
I
no
guess
one.
so. Yeah, I haven't bought Madden in like 10 years. I'm still playing NCAA 14. Let's go.
Yeah,
Solid.
guys, an old score. I already started my forget list. So I'll make sure you're off of it. Love you guys. Thanks.
If anybody bought, sorry, Tommy. If anybody got 2K golf, let me know how it is. The video game.
Yeah, no, absolutely.
Gamer talk. All right, save that for a gamer show, would you?
Just quick plug. That's it. Quick plug. That's it.
A2D game time.
Saturday night gamer show. Saturday night.
Go in DM.
Like, share, subscribe. Like, share, subscribe. Whatever platform you're on, like, share, subscribe.
Yes, please.
Saturday night gamer show. Greg, you can run that. All right, you're like the Kevin Hart of A2D. I mean.
Nothing he won't turn down.
When I know about it, sometimes shows go on and you think you're on it, and then they start without you.
He does turn down titties.
Oh my God! I forgot about that. Nothing Greg doesn't like besides tits.
Jesus, is this thing still on? Yeah. Upper left-hand corner tells me we're live. We're live. Holy Christmas. Woo!
Right here.
Somebody poke a hole in that titty.
You got me good.
Poke a hole in that titty.
A little bit, I think.
You think you know a roommate?
Yeah. Get a little turbulence in there, Greg. You know what I mean? Get a little turbulence talk.
You see what happens?
Were they built for speed or for comfort? Greg doesn't know.
You see what happens? No, you see what Timberlake does right away. You think you know a roommate? Here we go.
There he is.
Separating himself. He's like, hey, I can't bring this guy on tour. He doesn't even like tits. Can't bring this guy on tour. Gonna be tits everywhere.
Oh my God.
We're like Mardi Gras in New Orleans. You know what I mean?
You just have Greg sign the titties. Hey, you just sign a tit.
That says tits in video games sounds like a great combo. You mix her in.
Oh, yeah, come on.
That's back-to-back shows there, Chrome. Boom, boom, son.
Hey, you lasted longer than Arietta in 2 starts.
Yeah.
Oh, boom.
Well, according to Greg, like 15. But
This last
I can't get over
became a
the
great
comment.
roast.
Comment
Became a
got me.
roast. This is a roast. Turned into a roast here on the way out.
Tick comment got me.
the roast mate, Kevin Hart, Greg Milakovic.
He's an Uber creep. Uber creep. He's Uber creeping.
This won't start calling your tit.
Just don't show him your tit. Don't show him your tit. He won't like it.
Oh, he won't like it. All right. I don't know how I say a sponsor after this.
He's very selective.
If you got tit issues, I'm sure Paul will work on them.
He's very selective with his mamos. Hey, he just doesn't grab any mamos. He's very mamo selective. Hey, you can understand the guy's plight. You know what I mean? Some guys just
We'll ask Paul next week when we get him on. I don't want to speak for the guy. I want to speak for him. Well,
don't pull your sponsorship.
I give us 2 years after that comment.
That's a straight shooter. I like that. Out of here.
All right, boys. Great show.
Good times.
We'll see him next week, and we'll dissect some Eagles injuries with him because tis the season. Tis the season.
Nothing gives like an Eagles injury.
And guess what the doc will tell you? Like he told me about Deshaun last year. Hey, maybe you should go get the surgery now so he can come back, right? Well, maybe they should hire the doc because whoever's running shit down there isn't doing a good enough job. If you want to hire the doc, that's Dr. Paul Vidal, Specialized Physical Therapy, LLC. Burlington, locations. Find them on the web, specializedphysicaltherapy.com. For Tom Arnone, Nick DelGozzo, Brian Wilson, Greg Milakovic. We love you all out there. Like, subscribe, follow. Thanks for all the comments. Peace.
You drive the show.
The Sports Hounds. Rob will be yelling and screaming about something. Shows every night here. And congratulations to Chuck's Moranin.
Yeah, big Chuck. Congrats, buddy.
Little dude came in.
Oh, let's go.
Got to give him a shout out. I know he didn't make it public yet, but little dude's out. Looks like everybody's doing well. So
health and happiness,
buddy.
And little dude.
I'm a 40 in B West. Just know that right away.
Start rubbing the hammies, Chuck. Start it now. Loosen it up.
Football in the crib.
A lot of 21 dives coming.
Get used to no more sleep, buddy.
Yeah, it's the season of no more sleep too. I have the end broadcast ready to go, so I'm going to do it. We out.
See ya.